Football is a humbler, guys. Such is life. Adi Nketiah scores a winner against Liverpool Football Club in the 98th minute. And a day later, Gabriel scores the winner for Arsenal. This life, Habibis. You get me? Like, share, comment, subscribe. I don't even know what to do. This is usually how Callum does things. You get me? This is his forte. It's not my forte. Usually I'm good
Do
at
you want me to
cussing.
do it? Do you want me to do it?
Yes. Here
All
we
right.
go.
You got the intro music ready, yeah?
You'd
Yes,
think
I
it's a
got
funeral
the-
the way he was going about it. Jesus
I don't have
Christ.
the intro music ready. I've got the ad ready.
Okay, all right. So I'll just nod my head when I'm ready for you to.
Go
You
ahead.
ready, Husam? You ready, Tom?
Go ahead.
Liverpool drop points to Crystal. You're not meant to laugh. What are we doing there?
Fuck's sake.
Liverpool drop points to Crystal Palace in the dying moments of the game to Eddie Nketiah, former Arsenal player, the team who the day later picked up points in the dying seconds of the game. Is there a title race again? 2 points in it now as Liverpool rue their missed performances and missed chances against Crystal Palace. Is there a problem with defense? Is there a problem with attack? And what's going on with Florian Wirtz? Sit back, relax. Welcome to Kopish, X Husam, X Tom Little, and more to follow. Let's get into it.
Football is back, ladies and gentlemen, which now means it's time to get your team's football shirt. But I'm not trying to pay 120 pounds for a football shirt. I'm just saying. But I have found the solution for myself and for you, the lovely audience of the Don Husam channel, with your own coupon promo code. And this is the solution, ladies and gentlemen. All you've got to do is just go to okjersey.com. As you guys can see, all the options are there. Of course, I'm a Liverpool fan, you guys already know. And then this is the shirt. Look how amazing it looks. I'm just going to go pick my size. And then after that, I'm going to choose the Premier League patch. And listen, I'm too old to be putting any player names on the back. So I'm just going to get it as it is. I'm going to click add to cart, view cart. And this is the same thing that you guys do on any website. You proceed to checkout. You fill in all your information. And then after that, coupon code Husam. When you click this coupon code, you get a 8% discount. Enjoy shopping, guys.
Hi guys, you get me? It's definitely not Kopish, X Husam, X Tom Little. It's the LFC Avengers show. Let not any of us, you get me, be arrogant, because I'm not arrogant. I'm very humble. I'm a humble guy. You get me? Because I'm a humble guy, it's LFC Avengers. There is no one that is a headliner. We are all main eventers, including Tom. You get me? 'Cause he's been here for the longest as well.
I'll tell you what, the way Hassam's talking about the LFC Avengers is that you'd think it's after fucking Infinity War when half of us are dead.
I know.
You know, you want to know something? Let's just start the show. You get me? I'm tired of you both already. So this is just typical. This is just typical.
What have I done?
Just the typical Monday right here. You get me? So get the likes up, chat. The algorithms are messing us up, so we need you guys' help. Close the live chat, hit the like button, keep getting stuck in the chat, keep getting involved, you get me? And all the channels are in the description. The Sanderson Show, Drifty TV, Kopish, Matt One Show, Tom Little, and James Redmond TV. I do not know if he'll be joining us or not today. I hope he does. Now, let's just discuss the weekend. This is literally what I'm going to write in the timestamp, just the weekend. Because I don't think we even need to say anything. Go ahead, Mr. Callum. The floor is yours, Habibi. Start us off.
Firstly,
and we have to address the enemy as well in this war. You know,
Go on, Callum, start us off. But let's just do another minute of talking before you can start off.
No, I'm not gonna do a minute of talking. I said we have to address the enemy as well in this war. So we have to look at the title race generally. You know. So go ahead, Callum.
Look. I always thought this was going to be a difficult season for a multitude of reasons. New players, losing important players, in my opinion, who have been important for a couple of years at Liverpool. And it's going to sound like an excuse, but obviously the loss of Diogo as well, I think, had a massive effect, will continue to have a massive effect. So there's been a lot of variables. Plus, this is a season for me where Slot is almost proven himself, because last season there wasn't high expectation on him. Came in, won the league with a team that effectively wasn't his, and now he's trying to mold his own team. Plus, Arsenal have strengthened as well, and they're a stronger outfit than they were last season, and would have learned from their mistakes from last season. So this was always going to be a more difficult season. So at game week 6 being 2 points ahead of Arsenal, I'm fine with it. I think there's been a lot of hysteria around the current situation of Liverpool in the league. In terms of performances, I fully understand. I'm one of those people who've been frustrated with the performances, but over the moon with the results. And we were bound to have a result like this because of the performances. This has been a spiraling situation. We now have to use this as the catalyst to propel our season to bigger and better things. Last season, we had an off day against Nottingham Forest, and we bounced back, and look how we bounced back. Hopefully, we have the same effect this time. My only concern at the moment with the current situation is leading into that Nottingham Forest game, we were actually playing really well. Leading into this Crystal Palace game, we haven't been playing very well. We've had great moments, but haven't been playing very well. But I think that can change. However, Slot, in my opinion, needs to figure out what's going on very quickly. Personally.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to continue?
Guys, why are you acting? What is this? Is this both of you guys YouTube?
I was just letting.
No, because you went.
Callum is letting you speak. You get me? Tom's letting you speak. Man said, "Do you want to continue? Keep going." Do you think there is a time limit?
No.
This isn't Coppish calling.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom, that was good. I'm not even gonna. That was really good.
I'm out, man.
Wow, that was quality. I'm not even gonna lie, that was brilliant. I ain't even got a comeback. That was excellent. Kudos to you. Kudos, Mr. Little. Kudos. What I will say, I think Slot at the moment is playing. He's not playing the right combinations. And when I say the right combinations, I'm talking about in teams. Partnerships are usually what help teams to mature and become the teams that are great over the years. You think about some of the great partnerships of yesteryear. You think of Matip and Virgil. You think of Rio and Vidic. You think of Terry and Carvalho. You think of Campbell and Toure. I'm looking at this team right now, and I feel like he's shoehorning players in because of name and reputation. And I think he's leaving players out because they don't have as big a reputation or as big a name or maybe as big an ego. So I think he's taking for lack of a better term, I think he's taking a coward's way out, which is what he wasn't doing last season. And I don't know why he's changed this season. And I know this is going to annoy a lot of people. And I'm not even saying what I'm saying is fact. I'm just speaking what I feel is happening. I look at someone like a Kirkes. Kirkes, in my opinion, even though Robbo hasn't been great over the last couple of years, there's nothing that suggests Kirkes should be starting at the moment. I look at McAllister. And even though on his day, I think he's our best centre midfielder, there's nothing to suggest he should be starting right now. In fact, I'd arguably say Jones deserves to start ahead of McAllister right now. I look at Salah, who is arguably Liverpool's greatest ever Premier League player. And I look at Gakpo right now, and I think one of those two should be sitting on the bench for Chiesa at the moment. And that's not happening because they have bigger reputations. It's easier for Slot to say to Chiesa, you're not starting this game, than it seems to be you're not starting this game to Gakpo or Salah. Players should be playing on merit, not just based on what they've done in yesteryear. And players need to remain hungry. And if that doesn't happen, then your likes of Chiesa and Jones are going to get frustrated, which is going to affect their performances. And your Gakpos, your Salahs, your McAllisters, your Kirkeses, they're going to get too comfortable and they're not going to produce the goods when they need to, in my opinion. So, and I think some of the players have been used incorrectly as well.
I think that the more I try and put a logical spin on it, the more I realise that this is our transition year more so than last year, because this is the year where we've had the most change.
Yeah.
Last year, we had the exact same squad as we'd had for about 2 years, all things considered, bar the midfield, but they adapted very quickly. We were playing pretty much the same style of football with the same players. The only thing that changed was the manager, and he didn't change all that much tactically. Put us in a different formation, moved the core players about. There wasn't too much of a tactical overhaul. This year, half the squad's gone out, half the squad's come in. They've lost a teammate in the most tragic of circumstances, and the manager's trying to do this big tactical overhaul of how we play. It's gonna take some time. The problem is he spent 400 million quid. So transition and 400 million quid don't line up.
Can I say something though? Two things.
Mm-hmm.
Transition and 400 million quid, I get it, but Chelsea have been transitioning for
No, I know.
years now
I know.
and been getting away with it. Also, we speak about losing half the squad. Apart from Diaz and Elliott, I don't think we sold anyone this summer that I look at and go, that's a big mistake. Or we can't survive.
It's not about it being a big mistake. It's about
or they were impactful. Kwanzaa maybe you could debate a little bit, but the others weren't. They weren't even really in and about the squad.
I mean, harshly, we had no striker. We none of the 3 strikers that we had last year are here at the club anymore. So that's like the key. That's one of the key positions where it's been the big change. And then we've had the old rigmarole with one of the strikers that we bought hasn't barely been fit, whatever. But it's more so a case of these players knew what the other was doing. I think Salah was saying it in an interview. He knew exactly where Diaz had run. He knew exactly where Diogo had run. He knew exactly where Núñez had run. He knew how to play with them. Now it's about adapting to all that, adapting to a 10, which is, I know Szoboszlai played in the 10 last year, but we didn't have a 10 for the most part. I don't think Szoboszlai was a 10 in the way Wirtz is a 10. It's a different type of player in that position. So it's adapting to that. I just think it's going to take a little bit of time. I think it would have been a lot more concerning if in this run of adaptation, we weren't getting results because we haven't performed well for the most part. We've had moments and periods where we've looked right, but it's not been consistent. But the positive I take from that is we were still getting the results, and we still have been getting the results. I mean, we've won all but 1 game to start the season. You'd like to think it's the kick up the arse that we need, this result of the weekend. But I watched the game back yesterday, and
I'm sorry,
it wasn't as bad as as in the moment I thought it was. It wasn't good. I'm not saying it was good, but I'm not saying it. A lot of the thing was like, oh my god, the team is completely. It makes no sense. A lot of it was just certain players making all the same individual mistake over and over again.
The manager balls it up,
and his weird tactical change which made no sense against the opposition that we were playing.
The manager balls it up. Crystal Palace play with a back 5. Munoz is arguably the most athletic fullback in the league. And
Tom, you know, sometimes I get so tired of you. Honest, I'm sorry, Callum. I'm just sometimes like I genuinely feel tired. Like sometimes, you wanna know the problem? I love you so much as a brother, but sometimes you just say the dumbest things. Honestly, like I'm saying you advice as brother. How the fuck can you say it wasn't as bad, brother? That first half was abusive. It was abusive.
About 4 or 5.
You understand what I mean?
I don't.
You want to know what the most pathetic part? Let me tell you the most pathetic part. All it took was 2 passes, and they were in behind.
Why?
Why?
The why is because
I'll tell you why it's really bad. I'll tell you why it's really bad. Arne Slot plays a box midfield against a team with the wing backs. He basically puts. Watch this. He puts all 4 midfielders on the pitch, and we still don't have control. The part where individuals made mistakes, I agree. Yes, individuals like Konate, like he can't. I don't know if he's married or not, but he can't look his wife in the eye after the game because like Matata made him his bitch. This is reality. I'm sorry, it's the reality. Conor Bradley played like shit in that first half. That right-hand side, when I'm doing the watching, I was calling them dumb and dumber because both of them were just getting abused all game. Both of them, in the first half specifically. Bradley had moments where he was attacking, but the moments make no sense. Kirkaz makes me miss Robertson. You get me? Van Dijk, thank God he exists. Alisson is great. You get me? For me, the thing that they don't understand, how can you have all 4 midfielders on the pitch, still have no control? How can you play box midfield against a team with the wing backs? I need to understand what the fuck Konate is on. Like, what actually are you on, Konate? Because this makes no sense. He got fully bullied by Matata, by the way. Like, fully bullied.
That was my point. So the individual errors and the other part that I think we're really struggling with at the minute is actually progressing the ball. Because a lot of the time it gets stuck at our back line. And unless Gravenberch...
Oh, it is as bad as we're saying then. A team that can't progress the ball is making individual and tactical errors. It's bad.
No, because again, you've jumped the gun. Because the second half, the progression was fixed and we were a lot better. Now, the problem is why we only doing that for a half, and there was changes that were made which adjusted that. But he played the box midfield because he said he wanted to get control of the game. The problem is we didn't play a box midfield. McAllister went to left back when we had the ball. so Kirkes could push up the pitch and never pass to him. And then Gravenberch would play as a 10. So what you basically had was, remember the thing we used to clown United for?
Did you say
Where they had a
Gravenberch
massive
was a 10?
When we had the ball, Gravenberch was practically up alongside Szoboszlai and Wirtz, waiting to receive the ball. And McAllister was on the left of Van Dijk. And we just basically had a fucking donut in the middle of the pitch where no one was there to receive the ball off the centre-backs and turn.
So obviously I'm not going to speak.
The donut is the Ten Hag thing. If you're saying this is the Ten Hag thing and you're saying it's not as bad, then that's crazy.
I was just going to say, how can you say it's not as bad then, Tom?
Yeah.
God, that's what I don't understand.
Because
that for me,
You analyze the game perfectly, then you say it wasn't as bad. That's the part we disagree with.
Okay, so the reason why I'm saying it's not as bad is because defensively, yes, we conceded a lot of chances, but we conceded a lot of chances because a certain right centre back got bitched every single time and he got targeted the whole game. Now I'm going to assume that if I've got a different centre back there, that doesn't happen. Therefore, a lot of the chances that they created were because there was one where fucking Canardi's shielding the ball on Mateta, and it just fucking falls over and Mateta goes through one-on-one. A lot of that is the individual.
He actually got fouled there. But Tom, even though you're saying Canardi stank, but those are two chances. We could have been 4 or 5-0 down. So even though those are two chances, what about the other 3-4 chances? And then what about the rest of the play that half, and the fact that maybe we had a half an hour spell in the second half where we were good, but still weren't even that great.
The second half was all us for the most part. The second half we were a lot better. Still wasn't great, but we were a lot better. The problem I have,
when I was doing the watch along, someone sent me a super chat. He's like, "How about Slot stop making the mistakes instead of fixing his own mistakes?"
Yeah,
that's fair enough.
Like it would be great. It would be great for my manager, who I'm backing completely. And I got into an argument yesterday with Wolfie because he thinks we should be Slot out if he doesn't win the league. I'm completely backing Slot. How about let's just
Wolfie
wake
needs
up.
to focus on Postecoglou, bro. Like, don't worry about Wolfie.
At least my manager.
Wolfie's on some bullshit, bro.
Wolfie needs to focus on Ange,
But regardless, how about like you actually like just. This is my thing. Let me tell you the problem. This is the problem. The problem is the following. Look, game starts. On paper, Wirtz playing left wing with Isak should work.
He wasn't.
Why? Because can I speak, Tom? Can I speak?
But there's no point in saying that
okay, because you are on some tactical horse shit, which is like. He was not playing left wing. He was playing left 10, and he was occupying that space. No one gives a fuck. I'm just saying, like, on paper. So on paper, Wirtz playing left wing with Isak should work. Why it should work? Because Isak is your prototypical striker. He's not like Ekitike. He doesn't drop deep all the time. By the way, Ekitike, you get me? I laughed against Southampton. I didn't laugh against Crystal Palace. We needed you there. You get me? So just, خلاص, he made his mistake, whatever. Regardless, so him playing on that left-hand side with Isak, we should be able to create chances for Isak. Now, here's the thing that with Florian Wirtz. Florian Wirtz has been moving like the German Curtis Jones since he joined Liverpool for the most part. He molests the ball for about 30 minutes before releasing it. It's like the thing that I will say is Florian Wirtz, and this is something that even Mo said, his first touch has it's the best first touch I've seen in the whole league this whole season. But then he's playing it in slow motion. Someone need to slap him and tell him, can we be a bit quicker? Like, can we actually be a little bit quicker? And here's the other thing that people don't understand. This is why it is actually bad. I'll tell you why. We're asking Van Dijk to do so much defending in his 34, 35-year-old season. I don't want Van Dijk to do this much defending because I'm looking at this season as a marathon, not a sprint. If I want the marathon, if I want my team to win the marathon, I'm going to need Van Dijk to be there till the end of the season, and we're asking him to do so much defending. So if I put all 4 midfielders on the pitch, so Tom will ask, okay, why is it really bad? These are my reasons, and tell me when I'm wrong. I'll completely give you the microphone. By the way, big up to the Football Terrace for the raid as well. Big up to Terry and everyone over there. Make sure guys are liking the video on your way in. Make sure guys are subscribing. You get me? We do have 1,300 people in here. Let's get the likes up and subscribe as well, because many people unsubscribed after my Newcastle got robbed video. But this is YouTube, and I'm gonna stand on business. You get me? So live chat X.
Like the video, subscribe, continue to enjoy the show. We put 4 midfielders on the pitch. We still lack control. Our new signing that is supposed to create is creating fuck all. Our manager decided to play a box midfield essentially against a team with wing backs, which is the dumbest decision ever. Hence why bringing Gakpo made it a lot better. And the fourth thing is, I believe we need to go back to literally 365 days ago, and we need to implement the football where people were coming in the chat, Tom, and you were there, calling Liverpool boring in terms of pass the ball, keep possession, don't concede silly chances. And you can't tell me it's just Konate's fault. And the reason why it's not just Konate's fault is because they were walking through our midfield. It has nothing to do with Konate.
They didn't walk through our midfield, though. They played it
They
over
did
the
first
midfield.
half.
They played it over every time. They did not go through our midfield once. It goes to the
They did.
centre backs. Our press was shit, by the way. Let's talk about our front four press of Salah, Isak, Szoboszlai, and Wirtz was fucking dog shit. It never worked. And then it goes to one of the centre backs, and they just go long ball over the top for Mateta or fucking Ismail Assar to chase. They'd get it because Bradley and Konate couldn't win a single fucking duel to save their lives. And then they'd be at the edge of our box on the left-hand side in 2 touches whilst our defence is running back on for fuck's sake, and our midfield's done nothing. If you look at their chances, about 1 chance came from the right, and that started from Konate getting dispossessed earlier on.
Sorry to cut you. You do know if the midfielder constantly, if an opposition team is constantly passing or kicking the ball over the midfield, you know the midfield can actually stop that. The midfield still part of the problem.
So how are McAllister and Gravenberch supposed to stop them kicking it from the centre backs?
1, you employ the press higher up the pitch. If that doesn't work, then you step back a little bit. You don't just keep on going forward and letting him kick the ball over you.
I called the press shit though, Cal. I called the press was crap.
But I'm making 2 things, Tom. The forward press is cool. But you see, if they keep on knocking the ball over, your midfield's meant to take 10 yards back. Your centre back's meant to take 10 yards back. Your fullback's meant to take 10 yards back. Negate that space for them to run into. But they weren't doing that. So they were just continuing to move up the pitch, which allowed them to basically go, okay, well, we'll just keep kicking the ball over. You take 10 yards back, concede 10 yards of football pitch. Then force Crystal Palace to try and play through you. And I guarantee you they won't. You have to employ different tactics throughout a game. You can't just
2 passes and Mateta was 1-on-1. What the fuck is this, bro?
Literally take a step back. Take a couple steps back. Hold on, sorry. Big up, Husam. You just hit 60K.
No, I hit 60K 2 days ago. Thank you, Henry.
Fully deserved, my bro.
Appreciate. Thank you.
Big up.
I don't disagree with you, Cal, but for me, I look at it and go, the line, if you drop 10 yards, they're not going to go, they're not going to get in behind you, but we're still not going to win the fucking ball because Konate couldn't do anything to beat Mateta in the air until the second half.
No,
so the thing I look at with it is the press had to be better. Your press had to be better. And a front 4 press of Salah, who don't fucking press, Isak, who barely presses, Wirtz, who didn't know who to press, because he didn't know whether he had to do the right wing back, or the left centre back, or the right centre back, or the right DM, and he just stood in the middle of them all doing nothing. And Szoboszlai, who was going, I want to jump up and press, but if I jump up and press, then all of a sudden they're going to be in and running at us, and no one's there to cover. So the press was so flawed in how it was set up that, for me, that was the real problem with it. They were bypassing us because we couldn't stop them playing the long balls. And for me,
you're missing my point on the midfield bypass. So maybe I'll bring up a tactics board if I can find one online. We see if your defense is here and your midfield's all the way over here.
Yep.
There's space in between the midfield and defense to drop the ball, or there's space in between the goalkeeper and defense to drop the ball.
Yep.
If the midfield drops here, you stop that space. Now, you take another step back for the defense, bring them there. The defense is close to the goalkeeper. So then Alisson has a chance to be sweeper keeper, or the ball has to be so precise that Crystal Palace probably won't make the pass because of the risk involved. Because we left so much space between the midfield and defense, or defense and goalkeeper, Palace weren't even needing to be that great with the pass. You just throw it into an area and say, you boys go and attack that. When you employ a better press and then you negate or take away the spaces, you force the opposition to play a game of probability. Am I good enough to play this ball pinpoint, or do I have to keep on passing the ball back and forth, which then allows the forward players to go, all right, we can now press this back line, because they know they can't just loft it over the top, because we've removed that space. So Sarr, all these guys can't run into space. Isak, we had the opposite problem. Isak and all those guys and Salah, they had no space to run into behind. So everything had to be precise. You see, if Palace walked up to the halfway line, Salah and Isak probably scored 4 goals on Saturday each. But what they did is they said, we're not going to... That's where you got the problem with it, isn't it? But that's the thing. So we're not understanding what we're doing, and Slot's not understanding and adapting. You have to negate the space. If you take away the space, you take away the options. So it's not always about just everyone rush forward and you hit the press harder and you hit the press faster. No, sometimes you got to concede pitch and say, all right, you lot want to play this game. We now want you to play this game. Let's see how good your passing is laterally. Let's see how good your passing is through the lines. And if you can't do that, we're going to win the ball, and then we're going to attack you when you are in a vulnerable situation. We never did that once. We're so fixated with squeezing the pitch and squeezing teams in that teams are just going to go, all right, cool, squeeze us. We'll pop, long ball. Pop, long ball. It's the easiest thing. And I'll be honest with you, as someone who's played at centre-back, someone who's played in midfield, I promise you, playing against a team with a high line, for me, is one of the easiest jobs in the world. You know why? Because all I've got to do is turn out and throw it into a space. I don't even have to be precise with my passing. All I have to think about is my attacker going to stay onside? Because even better, if we're at the halfway line, the attacker's already in our half. So all I've got to do is loft it up over the top. And if I've got a Mateta in my team, if I've got a Sarr, 2 players who are quick and physical, I know I've got the game. I've got the game. Because all I've got to do is keep compact, keep the lines, keep the shape. We win the ball back, 1-2 pass, out of the press, boom, up the pitch, gone. Easy.
But we both know you can't do a high press on a low line. You can't do both at the same time. If you're saying to change it, if you're saying to go high press at some point and then go low blockers, I get that.
Idea. Sorry to cut you. I'm not saying that. I'm saying when at first you start at the high press, if they're beating that high press, then you drop back a little bit, and then you start pressing when they maybe get to in between the halfway line and the edge of their box. That's when you start pressing. But only send the attackers to a press. Midfield can sit back a little bit. If they pass through the lines, then you deal with it. You can't. You're right. You can't do both, but you can't just fully commit to one or fully commit to the other. There's got to be an adaptation between both if you need to. And then when they start trying to adapt, you attack back again.
There should be. I think the problem that we had, and it's been a problem that has been there in certain games this season. And again, people are going to say I'm digging out Canati. I am, because he was shit and he has been shit for a number of games this season. The high line that we play is by design, and we all know why it is. It's to push everyone forwards and pen teams in. And it is relying on your centre-backs, if they play the ball over the top, being able to win their duels and recycle the ball. And there's a reason why I think I've seen like once or twice in the last 2 years, Van Dijk gets beaten for pace over the top and doesn't win his duel, and then teams are in behind. The problem is Canati was getting beat 4 or 5 times. So I agree. The manager still at that point went, right, okay, we can't do the high line because he's not doing it well enough. So we need to drop everyone back and stop them long balls. But what that would have done then is limit us in terms of our counter attack, because that was our best options to really get anything going, because we couldn't create anything against their low block, was to hit them in transition after their long balls. The thing that annoys me about that game, and the reason why I said it wasn't as bad, that might not be the correct term, but I'm just going off how I felt during the game. In the second half, we employed the exact same high line, but Canati won his duels. And there was about 20 minutes of that second half where Crystal Palace could not get out. And every time they got out, Van Dijk was there and Canati was there. So that's the part that annoyed me. It's the fact that you could do it. You could do it. If you'd have done that from the start, the game's entirely different. Because we're penning Crystal Palace in from the very start. I also agree, though, tactically, the idea of the box midfield doesn't work. If you're looking at Crystal Palace, they play a 3-4-2-1. They also have a box midfield. So we were not overloading the midfield. We were matching the midfield man for man. What we should have done is looked at where we can get the overload. They have one wide player in Munoz and Mitchell. We should have done right back and winger and went down the flanks, because what that then does is that makes Crystal Palace have to commit somewhere else. Either they commit one of the 10s out wide, and what does that do? Gives you the option to overload the midfield, because then it's a 3v4. Or they commit a wide centre-back, and what that does is give you the option for the late channel runs from deep in midfield, either from Szoboszlai or Wirtz, into the space between the wide centre-back who's been dragged out and the central centre-back, giving you the option for the cutback. By trying to overload the midfield and doing nothing to take away an option they have in the midfield, we didn't overload the midfield.
Can I say something?
We just matched the man for man.
I'm going to say that I'm going to speak about the elephant in the room. No one's going to like it. It is what it is. You see, when we're playing teams and we've got them penned in, do you know why it worked so well last season? It has worked in previous seasons. Because we had the ace of our sleeve. We had someone who could pick out a cross or a pass and completely destroy the opposition. We don't have that now. We were extremely reliant on Trent. And I know people hate him, cool. I'm just speaking about the footballer now, not the person. Speaking about the footballer. And if anyone wants to dispute that, that's absolutely fine. But you're being extremely biased. Trent in the game on Saturday, would have created at least one or two chances. Newcastle last season, away from home, he came off the bench. I think we were 2-1 down. He changed the game from an attacking standpoint. Another player who never got the credit, Harvey Elliott, used to come off the bench and used to impact things. Mm-hmm. We do not have those players now who can come off the bench and really affect things on a regular basis. Chiesa's shown it so far this season, but Chiesa, let's be honest, should actually be starting. The issue we have right now is, I don't know if we've misprofiled the fullbacks we brought in, or Slot's not playing them correctly, or a bit of both. But if you're going to play narrow in the midfield and narrow in attack, your fullbacks better be on smoke. And right about now, our fullbacks are not on smoke. And that is not on Kirkers and Frimpong. That is all four of them. Robbo has been our best fullback this season. Robertson, the person that everyone said cannot be a starter, is our best fullback so far this season. So if we have got these fullbacks that I'm told are, they're the best attacking fullbacks that money can buy. Frimpong's this, Kirkers is that, Bradley is this. I need to see it, because I'm not seeing it right now. I'm seeing Frimpong looking at the ball and he can't string passes together. His crossing is very meaty. And I'm not saying he's meaty as a player, but he's someone who relies a lot on athleticism. And if you're pacey, that's all well and good. But where's the space for you to run into if we're chasing a game, or teams are just sitting there and saying, come attack them? We're not doing anything different. And then if you're...
To an extent, you want to know something, to Callum? To an extent, I'm glad we lost the game, because we're so complacent and lackadaisical. And we walk into the stadium with this arrogance, like, oh, we're gonna win today just by being Liverpool Football Club. Like I hate that so much.
Also, Husam, I'm not sitting here saying Wirtz has been brilliant this season. Far from it. We all know we expected more by this stage. But one thing that's really peeing me off is every time Wirtz seems to be getting into the game, the manager holds the board up and says, you're coming off. Sorry, that is bad management. That is terrible management. The chance he missed at the weekend, poor. Should be burying that. But guess what? He was starting to get in the game. He was starting to make those runs past Isak. He was starting to make things tick when he moved into the 10 properly. And then you hold his number, he's off. It makes no sense whatsoever. And also, I'm just going to say this now. Do what you guys want to do with it. If you're playing McAllister, Wirtz can't play. If you're playing Wirtz, McAllister sits on the bench. It's one or the other. We need proper balance in the midfield. So if you're going with Wirtz in the 10, McAllister, unfortunately, bro, you're going to have to sit on the bench and come off the bench. If Wirtz ain't playing, McAllister, you're in. Both of them cannot play in the same midfield. One, because they're not athletic enough from a defensive standpoint. And two, they occupy the same spaces on the pitch from an attacking standpoint. It makes no sense.
Can I quickly say something? So, bigger Evan, by the way, bigger Evan in the chat as well. Make sure you smash the likes. Also, Husam, congrats on 60K, my brother. Come on.
Thank you,
IG. Come on, my brother. Listen, what you both have said, you've both made valid points on the way how we was playing, using a box midfield, people not winning their duels, like Kanate who had an absolute stinker. Wing backs look like they don't even know what they're doing, running into people. Connor Bradley. I think you know when they say two things can be right at the same time. I think players are underperforming, but the tactics aren't helping. Because what I think was happening prior was we was getting away with it because we have good players and they were having moments where they could win us games. But obviously those moments aren't going to happen every single game. And this is where we got found out. And this is why I kind of hope the manager will take time and go, all right, the tactics I'm implementing ain't working. And not only that, I've got to start sending out my team in the first half and then expecting them to sort of recover the game in the second half in every single match. Like, it's becoming too tiresome. Like, I want to see a Liverpool team that dominate the football, don't give away too many chances and feel like we're in control. Every time we have played a game this season, I always feel like the opposition has too much of a chance to actually get something out of the game. Even Southampton, I know there was many changes, but my word, like, we made Southampton look like they were back in the Prem. Like, it was actually kind of ludicrous. And here's the thing, yeah. I know some people will say players have been misprofiled, X, Y, and Z, but I do think it's a little bit early to say that.
I don't think anyone's been misprofiled at all.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit early to say that.
I think this is a bullshit excuse. I think we started the game yesterday 4-3-3 way better than the shit.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the players need more time, and I think the tactics as well. He needs to work on better tactics when you're setting up against an opposition. Like, it's so mad that like 4 YouTubers can sit down and quickly look back at a game and go, that was the issue that could have been solved straight away, but why did you do that? Like, the whole Verts, you know, supposedly on the team sheet he was on the left, but then he was given a license to roam to be a part of that box midfield. It's like, bro, what are we doing? We need width out here. Like,
we had zero left width in that first
half.
But
There was no. How about this, Tom? There was no left flank. We literally played on the right-hand side of the pitch. There was no left flank whatsoever. And it's like, brother, after 5 minutes, surely you can identify that and go, right, that needs to change immediately.
I think Slot needs to put the PSG thing in the bag. We cannot replicate it, bro. Just fucking give it up, bro. I've said it all summer. Like, this is not me being reactive. You cannot do PSG ball with fucking Gakpo. You cannot do PSG ball with Szoboszlai, with Gravenberch, with any of the players we have. Bro, we don't have Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz, Joao Neves. These are three like completely different types of footballers that we don't have. Like, the only one, objectively, from a technical perspective, the only midfielder I think in our team that actually starts for PSG without them missing like the technical ability is probably McAllister. Other than that, they will miss something in terms of passing.
Or Verts as well if he's playing in the midfield. But I don't think our fullbacks can't replicate what PSG's fullbacks do because they're just not as good as them.
Actually, they can. That's the part where we can. Karkas and Frimpong can replicate Hakimi and Nuno Mendes.
They can't.
They're both good going forward.
Yeah, they're not as good as them.
That's the least of my worry of replicating. The midfield and the forward line is why we can't replicate them.
All right, so
the fullbacks can't replicate what they do because Mendes is a different level and Hakimi's a different level. They're not even close to being the same profile.
No. See, this is where I disagree. They can't do obviously what PSG can do like bar for bar. However, they can to a degree kind of replicate from an attacking point of view. The problem is though, you've got Frimpong who has hardly played that much game time because he's got injured and is coming back from an injury. And then it's like you're throwing him in one game and then you're throwing in Connor Bradley the next game. They both need rhythm. Kirkes, as we've said and I've said for so long now, he is an attacking fullback. He is not supposed to be part of a back three doing build-up as one of the centre backs. That is ludicrous to me. I don't understand why the manager keeps doing it. He only uses Grav when we want to be more aggressive. He'll bring Grav to split the centre backs. Why aren't we doing that from the jump? I don't know. And to be fair, Tom was saying it from towards the end of last season. Tom was like, the manager speaks so highly of PSG, he's almost trying to replicate. And it's like, bro, you can take parts of a team, in my opinion, and you can kind of like, if you can, try and evolve it or make little tweaks, but don't do the whole we want to be PSG because we are Liverpool. And that could be another reason why we are looking at how we're looking, because the manager needs to have his own identity. Because so funny. If I asked you last year, what is Slot's style of play? everyone will give you bits and parts of everybody else. Do you know that?
Yeah.
And in my opinion, it's a good thing, but it's a bad thing. If I said Jurgen Klopp, gegenpress, high octane football. If I say Guardiola, you say possession football. If I say Hansi Flick, you say possession football as well. Like everyone has their style, like their distinction. With Arne Slot, he takes a bit of everyone and tries to mold it into one, which is, like I said, a good and a bad thing. But sometimes, though, you need to have just your ID. And it does worry me a little bit at times when it's like, I don't know what the manager's trying to create. Are we a pressing team? Because like you said, Tom, the pressing is almost non-existent. We can't press teams to save our lives, bro. Like our pressing is shocking, in my opinion, even down to last year. And then you go look at our defensive structure. It was better last year, and maybe due to the experience of the back four. And do you remember when I said, Cal, with the back four, yeah, you need to have a settled back four. Well, we've had to swap Kirkes and Robertson. We've had to swap Frimpong and Bradley. Like, there's no cohesion.
We should be swapping Gomez and Kanate.
Yeah, no, you're right. Because Kanate's been...
And Sobo at right back as well.
Yeah, but do you know what's so crazy? We was actually our most settled when Soboslai was at right back.
I was going to say, I made a mistake. I said Robbo's been our best fullback this season. Soboslai's been our best fullback.
Soboslai, do you know what? I'm going to say this year, if we actually want to continue this style of play, which we're not too sure exactly what it is, yeah, you might as well just go Robertson and flipping Soboslai as the two fullbacks because they're reliable more so than the others. And then, but again, you're missing out in midfield. And the problem is with McAllister.
He just needs to play Curtis Jones.
So
maybe even that.
You guys said I didn't misprofile the fullbacks, but you're saying if the fullback's going to be involved in the back three or be a part of build up possession, then we have misprofiled the
No. What I'm saying is, if the manager wants to keep continuing the left back is part of build up because he wants to invert the right back, then all you can do is play the players that are there, and hopefully that he does realize like there's a better way to utilize these players.
He tried to be different on Saturday with that by making McAllister drop into the back line.
Yes, he
did.
Yeah.
Kirkes and Bradley were pushed a lot higher up, and McAllister was there. But the problem with that was, and again, if you go look back at the game, there will be moments where you see it. Van Dijk's in the middle, Kanate's on the right, McAllister's on the left, and then Gravenberch is in the middle, Wirtz is on the left, Soboslai's on the right. We basically just got 6 players there and a fucking gap. And the real problem there is the fact that Kanate, teams know he's not a progressive passer.
According to you, it's not that bad.
Again, you're jumping on something that a line that I said. Kanate, teams don't fear him as a progressive passer. They're quite happy to let him. They're quite happy to give him the ball and let him do what he does, and then wait for him to take a shit touch and take it off him. Van Dijk, he's a progressive passer. McAllister is a progressive passer, but fuck me, he's not right this season. So again, he wasn't doing the right things in that position. Putting Gravenberch so high up kills us because we have no midfield. Soboslai is then trying to cover about 4 different positions because he's going, well, if I get the ball now, I'll run that way. But fuck me, if we lose the ball, I've got to bust a gut to get back into that space because there's no one there. Wirtz is fucking whatever on the left. That's the part where I agree with Cal. Wirtz starts to show his quality when he's playing behind Isak is a 10. And every time that happens and we start to see him really grow into the game, he comes off. It doesn't make sense to me. There's two. If you're going to do Kirkes or if you're going to do the left back as the got to sit back and there, can't be Kirkes because he's too hypo. He wants to get up. He wants to get up, and you actually limit Kirkes too much because he's better going forwards. I don't want him near my box. On the right back situation, Soboslai has been the most reliable. Frimpong has probably had the best sort of moment of getting the best out of the rest of the players at Atletico.
I agree, especially Salah when he's
and Bradley. He seems
call
to
it what it is, bro.
He seems to be the favourite option for whatever reason.
I don't know why. Call it what it is because there was a lot of Conor Bradley hype when obviously we knew Trent was down.
He is a good fullback, but outside of Soboslai, neither of them have been good. Bro, Frimpong was shit against Southampton.
Conor Bradley is a decent, good fullback, but he's not a fullback that you look at and go, that is the guy. He's just not. It's okay to say it, but I think it's copium. from us
Yeah.
fans going, well, we're losing Trent. Oh, Conor Bradley's betting him anyway because he done the Mbappe challenge, and that was like a year ago now. We're living off that hype. Conor Bradley's supposed to be this lockdown right back. I kept telling people, no, he's not, bro. He's just what it is. He's got more application than Trent. He's just got more application. You know, if Trent had Conor Bradley's application, but he never did, so we can't do that. All I'm saying is this, though. With the fullbacks, I think we'll figure it out. They're good enough. I think they are good enough, but we need the rest of the defensive structure to help protect them. And when I say protect them, I'm kind of looking at McAllister. We need a fully fit McAllister. Or we need Soboslai next to Grav. And here's my thing. The last thing I'm going to say is this year. What baffles me with the Florian Wirtz thing is, I get it. He's not playing well. And there are times when he starts to get to the game and Slot takes him out. But Slot's also probably thinking, well, how much time do you need, bro? You missed that bait chance. Not only that, you're the guy that's supposed to be the creative linchpin now, because now we haven't got Trent. You're the creative. So in that final third, we need you. But he can't do that. So if he can't do that right now, take him out the firing line, because you never guess what? Against Everton, he didn't start the game. And look how we played against Everton with no Florian Wirtz.
Well, the exact same way we done it against Atletico. Good first half, shit second half.
I understand. No, I understand that. But what I'm saying is, at least the team
Atletico,
kind
we
of
were
know.
shit second half. Atletico, we were very good the whole game for me.
All
That's
I'm
our
saying
best
is,
performance.
we kind of know.
Okay,
how to
we let
play
them more in
without
the
Wirtz.
game in the second half. We let them more in the game in the second half.
But wouldn't you say it's fair to say Liverpool understand to play without Wirtz? I just think Wirtz is still adapting. Like, if he's still adapting, then we've got to help him. Don't just keep throwing him in there and ask him to figure it out, knowing that he's
I actually agree with what Callum said. I didn't notice it until he brought it up, but low-key, he is right. Like, sometimes he makes good points. The fact that as soon as Florian Wirtz is like growing into the game, Slot does sub him off, low-key. Like, he is right about that.
He does, but then
I feel like yesterday's Wirtz
versus
substitution was a little bit unnecessary as well, because he didn't play against Southampton on the
yeah,
in
I
the midweek.
understand that.
And he didn't start against Everton either.
Here's the thing:
Wirtz's game has changed this season, though, because at the start of the season, and I remember me and Cal having this conversation after Burnley. He's now too quick. He's doing too. He's a step ahead of his teammates. He's trying to play it first time. He's being too quick for them. And now we're saying, oh no, he holds onto the ball too much. He's too slow. He's trying to figure out the level of his teammates at that, so he can play around that. Because at the start of the season, he was doing all these first time passes that the teammates weren't getting on the end of, and everyone was going, oh, he needs to calm down. He needs to slow it down. And now I'm hearing, oh, he's Curtis Jones 2.0. He spends too long on the ball.
Sorry, there's one other thing before I forget. I'm going to forget if I don't say it. Just quickly, another thing, and then you say. All right, there's a bigger issue. Even though Wirtz is not playing well, McAllister's actually probably been our worst player this season. Let's just call it what it is. No matter how great he is, he's been absolutely lamb shank, bro. He's been shocking for the standards that he has set himself. And I'm a big McAllister fan. I think McAllister's the coldest, but he's been shocking. And the last thing I'm going to say as well, we also have an issue. We have two wingers that can't take on their fullbacks. And I can't lie to you, if you've got two wingers that all they can do is just cut inside looking for space, you are limiting the way how you break down teams. Like, you know, when we had Diaz, even though Diaz, people will get annoyed with him, at least Diaz could offset a defender.
Diaz would have been better to keep over Gakpo for this team. But let me tell you something.
Cutting inside.
Can I give you a bomba opinion?
Yeah,
as much as like I have criticized Gakpo this season, yesterday I was watching a little bit what everyone is doing off the ball, right? Isak, who is basically our transfer record signing, had to go all the way to the left-hand side, collect the ball over there, play 3-1-2s to create himself a chance. That for me is pathetic right there. Because I don't think I watched that game and think the issue was like one of our forwards. My issue in the game was getting the ball to the forwards and creating a chance for the forwards. That was the biggest problem for me. And we didn't do that enough. We didn't create a chance to Isak. We didn't create a single chance to Isak. We just didn't. Like, we didn't. And by the way, it's not like Isak didn't make runs. Like, he was making runs in behind. He was occupying the space between the two center backs, which he does unbelievably well. But we created nothing for Isak. You cannot pay that much for a player and then create him nothing, to the level where Isak has to go all the way to the left-hand side, make 3-1-2s to create one chance for himself.
Well, then
That's actually mad.
Can I
At
say
some
something?
point then, he's just going to let the creative hub that he bought for 130 million quid play behind the striker that he bought for 150 million quid and let them play off each other for more than 45 minutes.
All right, can I say something?
Yes.
The situation at the moment with the wingers stinks. It really does. The issue I have, if you're going to play Florian Wirtz, you have to accommodate him into your system. He has to be your luxury player who gives you impact. If you look down all the years, if I go back to 2005, Kaka played in a team called AC Milan that ripped us to shreds in the first half. Who are the midfielders behind Kaka? Seedorf, Gattuso, and Pirlo. You don't get much more protection and guile than that. Cole Palmer, when he plays for Chelsea, who's behind him? Enzo, Caicedo, and Lavia sometimes. Players who are willing to do the dirty work of the running. Odegaard, not even the most creative, not even the most technically gifted number 10 or whatever you want to call it. Who's behind him? You have a Declan Rice, you have a Thomas Partey, you've got a Zubamendi. You've got players who will facilitate for a number 10 so that your number 10 isn't coming back and doing defensive work. Too many times this season, I've seen Florian Wirtz, just like I saw Szoboszlai do last season, run past McAllister and Gravenberch and be the last midfielder in the defending. That's got to stop. If he's a 10, use him as a 10, and you get the best out of him and you get the best out of Isak. I asked this question, I don't know if it was a week ago or whenever, and I'm going to ask it again. Do we have a left wing problem? Yes or no?
Do we have a left wing problem?
Yeah, 100.
Yes, but you're making it way bigger of an issue than it really is.
So why do you think I'm making it such a bigger issue?
I'll tell you, the biggest problem in this team right now is defensively, and our midfield has a donut hole in the middle like this. There is no explanation for Crystal Palace creating a chance with 2 passes.
No, I never said it's the biggest issue. I never once said our left wing problem is
okay. Put it this way: left wing wouldn't be an issue if our midfield had control and we defended properly.
Yes, it would.
Yeah, but that's
I don't think the Palace game is the game where I look at it and go, fucking hell, the left wing. I thought Gakpo was all right.
Me neither. But I've been saying this for weeks ago. And shall I tell you why, Husam? Because many games this season, we've had control for large portions of the game. And guess what? Nothing's happened from the left wing.
But here's the thing. You want something different to happen from left wing. Slot should start Rio then.
Once again, I've not mentioned personnel.
It should start in more though to see because again when you've got
Chiesa should be starting left wing right now.
Chiesa, why you always trying to protect your ass? If you think we should start Rio, just say it.
Pause. I will always protect my ass, literally. But the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is because it's not just a Gakpo issue. If I wanted to call out Gakpo, I'd call out Gakpo. If you ask me what I think about Gakpo, I'll tell you what I think about Gakpo.
What do you think about Gakpo?
What do I think about Gakpo?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a very good player, but massively overrated by our fan base.
Oh, you think? I would say he's back.
When I was doing my lineup in the preview, I put Chiesa left wing.
Chris,
I think.
Why did you put it there? Why did you put it there?
The reason why I put Chiesa left wing is if in the cup game someone has a man of the match performance, for me, I want us to start him in the next game just based off momentum alone.
Who has more variety in their game? Gakpo or Chiesa in your
Chiesa has more variety. Bro, everyone has more variety than Gakpo in our whole team.
So can we kill this Gakpo agenda? Because the first thing I said about Gakpo is a very good player. I just think he's massively overrated by our fan base. The left wing is an issue because we play Gakpo there, who hasn't looked great. Rio is still a child. I keep on saying this, the guy is a child. Chiesa is barely given a chance there, and we played Florian Wirtz out there, and that doesn't work either. Left wing is an issue. If I'm not going to say right wing is an issue, shall I tell you why right wing's not an issue? Because only one player who plays there. Salah's an issue right now. Because he's not playing any sort of game to anything that we need him to do. He's not making runs in behind. When he's getting the ball, he's not doing anything with it. To get the best out of Salah, who is in his mid-30s now, and I've said we should have brought in someone who could, deputize for him properly. If you're going to get the best out of Salah, you have him play out wide and then make those driving runs inside. And guess what? Your number 10 or whoever's meant to find him. But this whole, let me pin myself to a centre-back and let me play tight in and do all of this, it don't work.
Don't you think he's forced to do that though, because he doesn't get the ball enough / we don't have control enough?
Maybe, but he's also got to be patient enough to say, right, I can't disrupt what's going on.
No,
there.
but I think with Salah that he again, we've seen Salah have a good game this season. We've seen the Salah that we know against Atletico.
The
and you've got to look
blueprint's there. Atletico.
He needs.
How did we score?
The
Who
fullback
opened up the
bombs on.
space?
The fullback bombs on and Frimpong out wide, which pushes Salah inside. If anything, that's the way PSG done it, because what would happen was Hakimi bomb right on, and then whoever's on the right, whether it be Kvaratskhelia or Doué, would tuck inside.
So why are we doing that more, Tom? This is the bit that baffles me. Why is it? Go on.
Bradley does it occasionally. Bradley likes to go inside a lot, which
it does.
It works at times, but it's not ideal.
It congests the pitch, innit?
Frimpong goes out wide every time, but I'll be honest. Atletico, solid game. First half against Bournemouth, solid game. Southampton, utter fucking dog shit. When he came on against Palace, utter garbage.
Yeah.
So even if you get the best out of Salah, I'm sitting there going, is it worth it to have to deal with that if you're not going to be on form? So then, and this is where it comes back to Gakpo, where I go, look at the left side. Now, the right back is given all the license to do what he wants. The right back can bomb right forwards. And it's why I think Szoboszlai plays a lot, because Szoboszlai can still cover that position. What happens with the left back? Barely ever bombs on. And the left BM is always the one who has to sit back. Whether it be Szoboszlai or McAllister, they're always sitting a little bit deeper. So, whilst I think the times that the left back does bomb on, Gakpo sometimes doesn't pass when he should. I also feel like no, because there is times where he does pass. I'm not. I'd be disingenuous if I say he doesn't.
Off Kirkes.
No, but he does pass to Kirkes. The problem is that because you know what it is, Kirkes' crossing is actually very good. There was a cross he played
very good, bro.
Palace.
Yeah, no one was.
If Salah's made the run earlier, he gets ahead of Mitchell.
He should have crossed it to Crystal Palace's half in the 97th minute.
Yeah, that was a fuck up on his part. And
that was a mistake. That was a mistake.
But my point is, we are not fluid enough in that. We should be able to basically do what we do on one side, on the other, but we don't. It's very lopsided. Our left back can do what our right back does, but we don't let him.
Yeah.
And that means that the team naturally forces to one side, depending on the game state. If we need control, we go to the side where it's a bit more defensive. If we want to attack, we go to the side where it's a bit more attacking. And then teams can just sit there and go, right, we'll chuck everyone over that side then. Because they're not going to switch you. Because they haven't got anyone who can switch you. So we'll deal with them that way. We have to be more fluid in letting both sides of the pitch have the same play style.
I think Frimpong needs to start against Galatasaray because overlapping helps more out. Put Salah on the bench, great eccentric, and start who right wing.
Chiesa.
Watch him now give the dumbest answer.
I just think play Frimpong right back and allow Salah to pick up some. And Frimpong needs some. Again, Frimpong having these 45 minutes of just one half fair play and not doing the full game. But whenever I've seen Frimpong have a really, really good game, he does actually really help Salah. He unlocks Salah, in my opinion. And I think to get the best out of Salah this season, I think you need to get the best out of Frimpong. And I think you need to allow him to go byline. Even if he's just a decoy, it's just the fact of knowing that he can run in behind there. And let's not... I know Frimpong is not a crosser like Trent. We know this, but Frimpong actually can cross pretty deep.
There you go. That's the solution. Play Frimpong right wing.
No.
I'm going to time you out.
No, don't time him out.
No.
There you go. Go ahead, Matt.
But yeah, just play it against Galatasaray.
So the thing is, people keep saying drop Salah. People need to realize we didn't sign Olise this summer, by the way. We did not sign Olise or a right wing replacement.
We can't
Chiesa playing right wing. Chiesa cannot play right wing because it limits him. Because now you're essentially asking him to go down the byline and cross. Rigo Moa,
right wing more than any other position in his career, though.
He was all right on the right against Southampton.
There we go.
No, he was best when he was
the Italian league.
He was better on the left, but he's still doing a job on the right.
Italian league is different. It's very counter-attack based.
Yeah,
Italian league is very different.
Can I just say something? I was told you can't get a winger when we got Salah here.
Brother, no one said that.
What?
No, but Cal,
no one said
genuinely, I said it. I said it because not
this Tom. I wasn't even alluding to you, Tom, that time.
No, I'll stand by the fact that I say this because Cal, which is the attacker that has been left out the matchday squad the most?
And why doesn't he come off the pitch? Because Slot doesn't trust anyone else to go over there. Simple.
But he has the guy there. He has
Do
the
you
guy
think
there.
Do you sit there, honestly, Tom? You're a young man, but you're smart. Does Slot trust Chiesa?
I don't know what more Chiesa has to do.
Does he trust Chiesa, guys? Matt and Husam, does he trust Chiesa?
I've said this. No, I've said this many a times.
Tom, why are you skirting around it? He left him out of the Champions League squad. He don't trust him, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So why is he going to take Salah off and put on someone he doesn't trust?
Because that's his right wing option.
You're not getting it. He doesn't trust him, so he doesn't see him as the right wing option. He doesn't see him as.
If we still had Diaz, you would see a completely different thing.
You think Diaz is getting left out of the Champions League squad?
You see what I'm saying?
You think he's putting Diaz on the right?
No, Tom. Listen to what we're saying.
Thomas.
Do you know when I said earlier on?
No, but this is about the right wing position.
Man brought out the Govey. Thomas.
No, because you're not getting it, bro. We're not saying.
Tom, you're trying to do semantics. The point is, he doesn't trust Chiesa. You know this. I know this. We all know it. Slot, no, he don't trust him, bro. Do you know when I knew he didn't trust him? Champions League squad. He got omitted. Not only that, Chiesa Everton game didn't even make the match day squad. And you know what? He only made the squad the other day because Ekatike wasn't available. I guarantee you, if Ekatike was available, Chiesa ain't even in that squad. How about that?
I have a generality thing for me. I hate a right-footed winger playing right wing. I hate that so much.
So do I.
Because you immediately limit him. Like you limit him to basically like the cut in and shoot option. By the way, it's what I said about Rodrigo all summer long. I was like, bro, like I don't. There's a reason why I think Rodrigo was limited playing right wing is because you take off the most basic move a winger can do, which is cut in and shoot. Like we take that away from Chiesa as well, unless he shoots it, bangs it in with his left foot.
Chiesa still has that though, because his left foot's surprisingly good.
Doesn't matter, Tom. He needs to score like a Rodrigo versus Atletico type goal in order to be able to cut in and shoot. Like you take away the most basic thing. That's why we needed the left-footed right winger. That way, I will sit here and go like, yeah, guys, okay, Mo is out of form, so drop Mo and play a right-footed, a left-footed right winger over there.
We can't sign one because Mo's here. We can't sign one because we've got Mo's here. That's what I keep on being told. For years I've been told this.
Tom said, "You're so petty, Callum." That's what Tom said.
I'm not Matt, how many years have I been banging on about this?
What? That we need a no. But I think you're having two different arguments.
No, I'm not. I keep on saying we should have by now had another winger in the team that if Salah's having a bad game or Salah's out of form or he's injured or anything, we go, oh,
but no one disagreed with that other than probably Tom.
No,
I'd want that, but I just don't see how that happens. I want us to have an option to take Salah off the team.
I just don't see it. I just don't see. We wouldn't want that. But the reality, because what Tom was maybe saying is that he would like to see another right winger, but he just doesn't see how that right winger gets the amount of minutes. Maybe. I
don't see that right winger being convinced that he'll get the amount of game time that he needs. Fucking Harvey Elliott was there last year and got fucking 500 minutes.
Yeah, but Cal, you're having two different arguments. I think you're saying
the manager should have the ball.
We all agree with you, but we just don't. We're not too sure whether the manager, though, like you said, will be
Cal,
bold
I
enough
agree
to
with
be
you,
like,
but
you're getting dropped.
the manager's not going to do that. I agree the manager should have the balls, but he won't because
if that's the case, why sell Harvey Elliott then? Why let Harvey Elliott go then?
Because
I didn't want to let him go.
No one in the fan base wanted him to go, you know, just like.
Matt, are you drinking from a beaker?
What?
Are you drinking from a beaker?
It's a Starbucks thing.
From the side, I thought you were drinking from a chemical
beaker. Just say it's my flipping son's cup.
I thought that was the measurings like on the.
Oh my days! No, Husam, you can't do that.
But again, do you buy that from the lab?
Let me just make sure that the chat can see, so they don't. It's a Starbucks thing.
This is something that I asked in the summer and I never really got an answer.
I drink Starbucks. Oh my god!
No, because you can't be doing that. Man said a beaker cup, you know.
Can I get a caramel frappuccino? No ice. Go ahead, Tom. Go ahead. Go, girl.
Bro, man can't have a coffee because it's a cold coffee.
You know you can't. You know how this game goes.
Bro,
I mean,
Brother,
I don't get cold coffee.
You are a man.
Sorry, I'm Husam. I'm a hard man. I smoke 10
Black
cigarettes
coffee
on
right
stream.
here.
Every...
No cream, no cream, no
Hold on,
sugar,
Husam.
no
The
milk. Black coffee, straight up.
the picture on the mug. What is that? Is it a man and a woman holding hands?
Habibi, I don't give a fuck about the mug.
No, Husam, you can't cuss me. And you got what kind of Carl? Bring up the mug, put it to the screen, put the mug to the screen. Let me see.
Habibi, I'm boycotting, so that's why I don't bring up this on the screen. You get me? There you go. See?
Let me ask this
Family
though.
and friends.
Which winger will be looking at in the summer going, oh,
Family and
I'd
friends
want him
on
to
the
come in
Statue
as
of
a man.
Liberty.
Say that again, sorry, Tom.
Which wingers were we looking at in the summer going, that's someone who could back up Salah? Bearing in mind the requirements that we set out are they got to be left-footed, got to have similar things to what he does. Everyone wants him to be quicker than what Harvey Elliott was.
Someone direct or I give you a name. He's not even.
Which guy are we thinking there? Mm-hmm.
I just give you a name that he might not be great, but he could have been an option. Minter.
Mm-hmm.
Some Slot had him at final, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That again, he's not great. He's not great, but he's got potential, and he might be a player where
Kudus.
he understands. Bruv, I didn't want to know, but Kudus wanted. No, here's the problem.
Is he not too old?
You know, I'm a big fan of Kudus, Cal.
Did
Massive
you say
fan. I wouldn't.
Kudus not too old?
No, I'm
He's
saying
too old.
Isn't he like 26?
No,
But
brother. Even if
what?
he was, you'd give him monkeys, bro.
He's 25.
But who cares?
I thought that that they were looking for someone like 21, 22.
Why? Go and get one of the best players you can go and get.
Because
Tom, you
Salah's there
lost
for
me
2
there, bro.
years.
We're signing
lost me,
Kudus for
bro.
2 years if he's 25.
No, okay, right. So the point I'm saying is, if you're trying to buy this backup set, we all agree, Mohamed Salah is the starter for the next 2 years, right wing. Even if he has a bad run of form, he's not going to be.
Season. No, Salah's start of this season. If he doesn't have a good season, you have your other right winger there who starts the next season. Kudus is also someone who can play in the 10 and also can play left wing as well.
Versatile. You're versatile.
Kudus was right there.
So basically, you want to buy another Chiesa, which we already have. The manager doesn't trust.
No.
You want me to be brutally honest, Cal? Chiesa's better than
Oh God.
Chiesa's better than Kudus. I'd rather Chiesa than Kudus.
Let me take a sip of my cold coffee. Hey, Sam, you got a spare cigarette? Can you pass me the cigarette, please, bro? I need to. Can you pass it?
Sam, you got some weed, bro.
I think Chiesa's a better footballer than Kudus.
Hashish will get me in jail, my brother.
Also, we're buying this right winger to be the rotation option for Salah. Kudus goes AFCON as well.
No, he doesn't. Ghana didn't qualify.
Oh, Ghana didn't qualify. There we go. He could have gone to AFCON now. So I apologize for not knowing. I apologize for not knowing. I apologize for not knowing who qualified for AFCON.
I've got some sanitizer.
My nan could have been grand. My nan could have been.
Shall I sanitize this stream? Because Tom bring a hella germs to this. But first of all, you said Kudus is too old, and then you found out he's 25. And even if he was 26, it shouldn't matter, bro. He's a good player, and I understand he's playing at Spurs. And to be fair, he hasn't scored. He hasn't scored a goal yet.
Kudus is better than Chiesa?
In 2025, yes. Tom,
Yes, Tom.
Disagree.
Are you out of your mind? Then
I don't
again,
think
you
he's
kind of
better.
are. I remembered.
I don't think Kudus is better than Chiesa.
No.
I never saw it when Kudus was at West Ham either. I've always been someone who
you thought Ben Doak could be Yamar, innit, right?
Yeah. I just said
At least I said Rodrigo Moa could be
statistically
Ariamal. That's the difference.
Even that one's crazy.
I just said statistically there were similarities. I don't think
Tom's gone into his villain knock again.
Yeah. Let me.
Sorry, what about Keyes is better than Kudus in 2025?
Are we actually going to analyze this?
No, I need to hear this. I'm sorry, bro. Sorry.
End product for one.
Kudus has no end product.
That was not what. Did I say the words?
No, you're right. I gaslit there.
I think you're right. I think Chase has got better than product.
You know what? Keyes is a better one-on-one finisher.
I apologize, Tom. I gaslit there. That was wrong of me to do that.
Keyes is a better finisher, probably.
I'd rather have Case in front of goal. I'd rather have
probably better finisher.
I think Kudus is quicker than him now. I think Kudus is probably a slightly better dribbler.
Oh, really?
Slightly better dribbler.
I think Case is
slightly.
Yeah, I think Case is a really good dribbler.
He knows what he's doing.
I'm not.
I need to Febreze up this motherfucker. Sorry.
Who's stronger?
This is.
Who's better defensively? Who's got
I'll
better
be honest, I
stamina?
think Case is probably better defensively. I think Case works a lot harder defensively.
Ah,
Are you going to say Case doesn't press? Case doesn't work?
no, I didn't say that. But there is no way Case is better than Kudus defensively. No way.
Tom, how much super chat to
mean-
mute you for 15 minutes?
This isn't American
59
waffle.
pence.
We don't have a fucking prison like that.
We don't. That is true. I need to set up a prison, but then they'll
But
accuse me. They'll accuse me of
I
hating
prefer
on new guys and all
Federico
that.
Chiesa. I prefer Federico Chiesa
prefer
in
him,
football to Kudus.
Say you prefer him. Don't say he's better. Say you prefer him.
Okay.
Don't say he's better.
I prefer Federico Chiesa as a footballer to Mohamed Kudus, and I think he's better.
You should have just kept it. I prefer.
I know, because you can have a preference for whatever reason, but I think to say better, here's the killer, right? When we say we think Kudus is better in 2025, it's no slight on Chiesa. It's because we know, even though Chiesa has had a good start to the season, we still know he's kind of limited. We don't even know whether Chiesa, if he has a run of, say, 3-4 games, whether he'll get better. We don't know. Maybe he will. But all we do know is that Kudus is probably a bit more reliable, probably give you a bit more in the game. And not only that, I think for me, it's only a matter of time before Kudus starts to score goals as well, like on a consistent basis. But in 2025, Tom, I think we should all admit that Kudus is better than Chiesa, bro. In my opinion.
Anyway, let me. I don't even want to discuss this anymore. Let me just grab these supers for a move on. Talk about like Liverpool moving forward, because if we don't beat Achimpong and Tossen next week, we don't deserve to win the league. Make sure guys are liking and subscribing. 1,200 people in here. We're only at 364 likes. Let's get to 400, 500 likes, please. I've only said it once per hour. James Redman can hold that. Big up to Shawnee, who says, let me put someone else here because Tom has to lean back. You get me, so you can see his fucking face. Still top. Arsenal celebrating being second. Calm down. We are calm, but we're just discussing why this weekend we
Sorry,
did.
can I say something on that?
What?
Are we not allowed to be upset when we lose a game, Shawnee? It's all love, Shawnee, because I know you support Husam. I know you support Kopish. But aren't we allowed to be upset with the fact we saw our team put in a bad performance and we've seen bad performances this season? Surely we're allowed to be upset, bro. No one's saying slot out. No one's saying Liverpool are crap. No one's saying Liverpool won't win the league. But we're allowed to be upset, surely. Surely. We can't just think it's all roses and dandy when we're losing games and playing badly. We're allowed to discuss this, surely. We're not being dramatic here. We lost a game of football because our players weren't playing well and our manager was poor on the day. We're allowed to do that, surely, bro. We're allowed to. We're not being hyperbolic. We're not being crazy here. We're being realistic.
Carl Slot trying to invent the wheel is a problem, is what Omar Rushdie is saying. I agree with that. Why not play last season's team plus Isak and maybe Kirkas? That midfield knows what he's doing, and Isak is a massive upgrade on last season. Can I answer that, Leighton? Thank you so much for the super chat. The reason why we can't just play last season's midfield is because we signed Florian Wirtz for 100 million. What we're not going to do is drop Florian Wirtz. It's just not a thing. You get me? And actually, you want to know why? I agree that we should not drop Florian Wirtz, because if we do want to win this league, I need Florian Wirtz to turn up. I need Florian Wirtz to perform, and I need Florian Wirtz to get his GA this season for us to win the league. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah. Big up to you, my guy, Leighton. Tom, I asked you last week if you should sell Ibu. Have you changed your mind? He looks completely out of form at the moment. Big up everyone, by the way. Big up to you, Evan. Thank you for the super chat. Tom, your answer?
No, because again, despite the fact he's been in shit form, he is still probably better than anyone we could buy. If he's on it, he just needs to get on it. He needs to pull his finger out, stop fighting fans on Twitter.com and Instagram who are rightly questioning his poor form and if his head's turned.
Sorry, can I say something on that? Why isn't he allowed to clap back at fans?
Because the performances haven't been consistent enough.
Why does Callum keep asking if he can say something? You're invited on the show to keep saying stuff.
He played 5 games in a row, if I'm not mistaken, where he was very, very good, close to being immense. Why is he not allowed? That's consistency, right? Why isn't he allowed to clap back at fans?
I don't care about him calling out. I don't care about him calling out fans, Tom. That's the least of my. I'm worried about Mateta abusing him for 90 minutes.
Yeah, he had a bad game. But when he was having when he had 5 good games in a row, I never heard people saying, "Oh, is his head in Madrid?"
When were the 5 good games?
When were they?
No. What Carl's basically trying to say is, whenever Ibu does play well, doesn't really get that much praise. Just keep it a buck. It's almost like waiting for that mistake to go. Oh, look, there he is. There's the bozo.
No, we sat there and called okay, I will sit there and say what I sat there and called Ibrahim Konate one of the third best centre back in the league last season.
No, maybe you did. But what I'm saying
he
is,
was there now.
I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I said it on another stream. You see, when it comes to like PR and our players, I feel like there's too much times we actually criticize our players and we don't prop them up enough. We get it. You can have crap games, crap form. Do you get what I'm saying? But like,
can we not understand the situation around it though?
Let me learn quickly. You've got Arsenal, yeah, who we know we call them crazy and whatever. They do the most PR for their players. They've actually managed to shoehorn some of their players into now being perceived as some of the best in the world. But you know why? PR. We don't do enough of that. We're too busy worrying about if someone has a bad game. Let's just go ham. Like what I'm saying is we have to keep it balanced, bro. Let's keep it balanced.
I agree.
I
just want to respond to this quickly.
With all the players, though. With all the players.
I'm sorry, we will lose games. Calm down, brother. This Monday show is here every Monday, Habibi Carmel. You get what I'm saying? And we were here after every single win, and now we're here after the loss. So, in the words of Callum, which I agree with, we are allowed to be upset after a loss, Habibi. Big up to Darsh, who says, for the love of God, someone needs to study our set piece coach. Apart from Van Dijk, we look so shaky defending and attacking them. We used to be so good at set pieces with Klopp. Now we depend on Van Dijk in both boxes. I think our set piece defending has been absolutely atrocious. Our set piece defending has been horrendous. We defended set pieces so good against Arsenal, who are probably the best team in the league at set pieces. And then the rest of the game, it's like, the rest of the games, I'm just like, what the hell are we doing?
A lot of it's just individual mistakes.
Yeah, I was going to say.
The one on the weekend, we defended that well, and then Gravenberch fucking fucks his header up and heads it straight back to Saar. That's defended well. The Southampton one, we defended well, and then Endo heads it straight back to them. That's not
the last two.
Our set piece coach isn't going, right, lads. When the ball comes in, I want you to nod it right back into our 6-yard box. No, he's obviously saying putting them in the position to get it out, and then they're fucking up there. Even the ones against fucking Newcastle, we can see the two against Newcastle. One of them, Kirk has let a man ride him because he's trying to muscle him. He's trying to do whatever he does, which is the wrong move.
That's crazy.
But that's what he was doing. And then the second one, Konate, like, shits himself with the line that we're holding for the free kick, doesn't track the ball, and then loses an aerial duel. And because he fucked up the line, that means that the guy's onside and then they score.
Hit the like button, ASAP, not even 30% ratio. Fix up chat is what Tamperline is saying. Make sure guys are listening to Tamperline and hitting the like button. Left wing centre back and Elliot going with no replacement. Problem is what Hamarush is saying. Bench Gakpo and Salah. Start Isak, Ekitike, Chiesa. Yeah, but that's good on paper, but that just doesn't work because Ekitike is going to drop deep. Isak left wing, you're going to ask him to track back. Ekitike left wing, you're going to ask him to track back. Chiesa right wing is limited because Chiesa then can't even cut in and shoot, which is something we need. We need a left-footed right winger. That's what we needed, and we don't have one. Dubs in the chat for my guy Tyler for dropping in the 160 piece. Big up to you, my guy Tyler. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so much. Everyone, please spam dubs in the chat for him. He just says hi, Jenny, and everyone else. Jenny got absolutely he got me cooked in the Newcastle watch along. Because when I hit 60k, she sent a super chat saying congratulations. So she said congrats and congratulations in the same word, basically. So she got cooked. Dubs in the chat for Tyler. General, real bad man. Big up to Frank who says these Arsenal fans need to relax. Had my name. What the hell are you drinking?
A Lucozade.
Show me. I've never seen that bottle before in your hand. Oh, fairs.
Yeah.
You know, energy drinks are bad for you. These Arsenal fans need to relax.
I need it at the moment. I'm not feeling great. So, yeah.
Oh. Had my neighbor squeeze into his JVC top waiting for me to leave work at 5 a.m. Beware, and the Yanks are outside.
That's jokes.
Frank is always on some bullshit. Big up Frankie. Why are our fullbacks inverting and not holding the widths against the team with the low or mid blocks? Makes no sense with width drags players out of positions. You wanna know the thing that made the least sense from the whole weekend? Thank you, Habibi, for the super chat. Is the fact that we played a box midfield against a team with the wing backs. Munoz had the whole right hand side ready to be abused by him, and he abused it. You get me? Big up. Why are you yawning?
Sorry, I'm not allowed to yawn now, guys.
Big up to
apologize.
Kat Sander, who says, I'm really not confident in our game against Galatasaray, Chelsea, and United with how easy we allow chances. I have a chance even. Where is me? We're going to speak about that in a bit because the next section is going to be Liverpool moving forward, Kat Sander. So thank you so much for the super chat. Stick around, my brother. Appreciate you. You sent a super chat even without wisdom being in the chat. A big up to Adarsh, who says, Cal is right. You look back. Our attack looks most dangerous when Rio K is a subbed on. People can go both ways. Salah needs to play with his arrogance. He's giving the defenders too much respect. Or Salah, big up to you, Darsh. Or Salah just needs to play with Frimpong. I want to see Frimpong, Salah down that side, so overlap.
Same.
Or someone grab Bradley, slap the shit out of him, tell him just overlap, please.
I was gonna say, yeah, I think it's more a case of it's not necessarily the personnel, it's just overlap Salah.
Yeah, just overlap, bro. Like, by the way, when you overlap, you give him the chance to cut in and cross, something like this. Like,
Yeah,
you give him
all
the
players
chance.
Bradley
ball.
doesn't
Salah's-
want to,
Salah's
for some
through ball.
reason. Bradley don't want to overlap, and it's not. You can't even say it's the.
No, shall I
Because
tell you
what's
why I think it is tactics? How many
Yeah, go
times,
on.
bro, do we see Robbo and Kirkes both underlapping the fullback? How many times do we see Bradley doing it? Frimpong's the only one who seems to be allowed to overlap. He seems to be the only one who's allowed to.
But
All the
that's
others
that's
invert.
what if that is then that's actually like a real issue.
It's a major.
With-
It's the probably. It
with
might that might be the biggest issue from an attacking standpoint.
Yeah, because what you're then doing is you're not allowing the forwards who are not the greatest
And
1v1.
overlapping the space. Sorry, overloading the space in the middle as well.
Yeah, because all it is I don't understand. Gakpo and Salah are supposed to start out wide.
We should have kept
full-
Diaz and sold Gakpo to Bayern.
The fullbacks are then supposed to overlap them, allow them to come inside, which is what they like to do, and start from out wide in rather than go in to out. Like that's not their game. It's just it's just baffling, bro. I don't know, man.
I hear you. I hear you.
I don't know.
Big up to Akia, who says it's Salah against our rivals plus fan base. It's gonna be a rough 2 seasons, bro. Like that's the thing. Look, I've already criticized Salah so much this season, so no one is like. I'm just saying, like I'm not even trying to rage bait or anything, but it's the truth of the matter is we just haven't been able to control games of football in order to get him the ball and Isak. Bro, we signed Isak for 130 million. The guy had to go left wing, make 3 passes in a row to create a chance for himself. That should never be the case. Big up again to Tyler. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you. Once again, I appreciate you so much. Any of you guys worried? If yes, why? This is safe space. Sure, Cal left wing, but any of you other guys. Here's the thing. I wouldn't say I'm worried just yet, but once again, in this next section, we're going to be speaking about the Chelsea game, the Galatasaray game, etc., like us moving forward. With all due respect, Tyler, if we can't beat Chelsea with Achimpong and Tosin at the back, we don't deserve the league title. We deserve to lose it then. So that's just my honest opinion. You get what I'm saying? All I'm saying is you guys are moving like early season last year. City, I wouldn't go that far, Abud. I wouldn't go that far. Remember, you had the Rodri injury. So that would, for us, that would be Van Dijk injured, God forbid. I meant when City went to win the Prem years back, play bad, then the moment you gel, it's over for the league. Oh, okay. So you mean the other way around. Yes, okay. That part I agree with, but we've been waiting for this gel for a long time now. You get me? Like, I've been trying to wait for this gel, Habibi. You get me? Like, where is the gel? Where is the gel? As soon as Verts gels a little bit, Slot subs him off. Which gel, Habibi? Which gel? I need more gel. And it's not gelling because it changed too much. Too much. It's like wax, and then it's gel, and then it's hair cream, and then it's water. It just never when it's gonna end, Robbie. Missing out on Gay, he was massive. I agree with you. Missing out on Gay, he was massive. I want us to sign Gay. I'd love us to go back in for Gay in January, but Gay is not the reason why we did not beat Crystal Palace. It took you until Christmas. Here's the thing, Aboud. If it takes us until Christmas and we're not like a lot of points behind, then we could come back. We can come back. Imagine we do the reverse of last year and basically we're elite in the second half of the season. I'd take that, blood. Anyway.
100%. Yeah.
Big up to all of you guys. And as my brother Temple Lion said, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. We're going to discuss Liverpool moving forward. The next 2 games, Galatasaray, Chelsea. You get me? More Chelsea, to be honest with you. You get me? What is our set 11? Then we tinker problem. I agree. I agree to an extent, but here's the thing. We have had quite a few injuries too. So, like, I get it. Anyway. let's talk, Habibis. Moving forward, we start with Callum because celebrity Callum have to go in 10 minutes. 15 actually. I think he can give us 15. You get me. So he gets me. Big up. So, Mister.
Yeah.
Liverpool moving forward. What's the solution?
A solution is pretty much a combination of what we've all said. I think from a defensive standpoint, don't leave our centre backs so isolated, and one of the midfielders should really drop into the back two when needed. From an attacking standpoint, the fullbacks need to hold the width if our attackers are going to be more tucked in, and play players who are in form and deserve to be on the starting 11 rather than playing players based on reputation. In terms of going forward, I think the Galatasaray game is a very winnable game, but it's going to be very difficult. We're going to see whether these players have got balls or not, and I think these players do have balls. I think they've proven it numerous times, and we have to nullify that Galatasaray atmosphere in that crowd.
I tried to get a ticket for that game. I couldn't.
Say again, sir?
I tried to get a ticket for that game. I couldn't. You know, Turkey is 2 hours away from me by plane.
I didn't know it was that close, actually.
Oh, it's only 2 hours. That's calm.
No, keep trying, bro. Keep trying.
I think it was my mom being worried. The reason why I didn't find a ticket. She's like, Turkish football fans are crazy. Like, Mom, let me just go to the fucking stadium. Then find the ticket.
Well, no, I do think we could definitely beat them. I know they've got some big name players, but the players who are big names aren't necessarily in the prime of their careers. Osman's just come back from the ankle injury as well. Hasn't played that much football. So, but if I'm going to be honest, adrenaline can get you through at least 60 minutes of a game a lot of the time. If he's playing, then Ibu and Virgil have to be on point, or else they will get bullied. And the Chelsea game, you've said it quite a few times now, Husam. If we can't beat this current Chelsea team, then we really need to look at ourselves in the mirror, because no Cole Palmer, no centre backs of no.
Push Galatasaray to the side. Focus on Chelsea a little bit. Like, do you think my statement is exaggerated?
No,
if we don't beat Achimpong and Chelsea,
I'd be extremely disappointed if we go to Stamford Bridge and don't get the win. Extremely, because we keep on speaking about their defense. Cole Palmer's their best attacker. He's not available. It's not like he's unfit and might be on the bench. He's unavailable. We should be going there and getting 3 points. I'm not saying this. We're going to cakewalk it at Stamford Bridge, but we should be leaving London with 3 points.
Brighton just beat them 3-1, and I mean this with all due respect. We should be better than Brighton.
Exactly. And I know football's not played on paper like that. And
I swear to God, if we cannot beat Achimpong at the back, honestly, just fucking give Arsenal the league at that point.
Who is their centre back playing? It's Achimpong and who?
Beat Achimpong at the back. That's not a pause. Why are you acting like I'm saying like
why did he have an ass whooping?
Is it Achimpong and Hato at centre back?
I'm just
yes, their centre back partnership is Achimpong and Hato, bro.
They got injuries, bro. We Hato and Achimpong, innit?
We should kill that.
I don't even care about their midfield.
A right back. He's a right back by trade, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I think Tosi.
You couldn't hang on, Ash. Fuck your club. I was on loan to Newcastle 90 minutes. Fuck your club. I'm gonna support Sunderland against Newcastle. Fuck Newcastle. Go ahead, Matt.
No, what I was saying is their defense, they've got so many injuries, yeah. I'm not scared of their midfield. Yes, Caicedo's good. I think Enzo is one of the most overrated players. That's just my thing. I think Enzo's just decent. Nothing to worry about. Their wingers, Chelsea's team is meh. Like, it just is. And if we can't go to Stamford Bridge and get 3 points, then we have a serious issue. Like, way more serious than probably what we can even imagine. Because there's no way we should be going Chelsea and dropping points. No chance.
After we lose to Palace too? Are you mad?
Exactly. Like, what? Back-to-back losses? Like that? No, that can't be happening. I'm sorry, it can't be happening.
We can't be losing to that shin kicker, Caicedo, as well.
Yeah. And like Tom said, Brighton had them up differently. So, yeah, we just got to now.
Also, Arsenal play West Ham next week. And West Ham at home is traditionally a tough game for them. And there is Nuno Santo, new manager, West Ham.
West Ham are getting carved up by Arsenal.
Yeah, I do not have hope for that game. So
I'll take a bet right now with any of you that West Ham is getting something next week.
But they're not.
Yeah.
If you said this last year, I would have said yeah, because they had Kudus.
Yeah, the
Bro,
last
their
time you
main
bet,
man
bruv,
is
you weren't
it's
a
Bowen
tank.
and friends. It's Bowen and friends now. There's no one else to help out Bowen.
Respect
Yeah.
Jared Bowen, mate.
No, we did.
I just said it's Bowen and friends.
The last
Before
time you bet, Husam, you were wearing a tank top, bro.
they had the 1-2 punch combo with Kudus and Bowen. Now it's just Bowen.
I was showing off my muscles. You lost both ways. You accepted a bet where you're the loser regardless. Imagine.
Man said Paqueta, bro.
If you
I'll
wore
be
a
real.
tank top, you get me, you wouldn't have the same consequences I had. You get me?
not.
Big up everyone who added me that day on Snap. Go ahead, Tom.
For me, I look at it and I go, you need Robertson starting for the next 2 games. You need Curtis Jones starting for the next 2 games. I need to play a left winger.
You keep saying Curtis Jones. What did Curtis Jones do? Curtis Jones, by the way, is the one that headed it to fucking Nketiah. Couldn't even clear it. And when Curtis Jones got into the final third, guess what Curtis Jones did? Molest the football.
If you're playing Curtis Jones, who are you dropping out?
I don't even think Curtis Jones is that good, Tom. You exaggerate so much.
Who are you dropping out the midfield if Curtis Jones plays?
At the minute, I've got Soberstart right back because the other 2 have been...
Oh my God!
We all just sat here for about 15 minutes saying to unlock Salah, you need a right back who's overlapping, i.e. Frimpong. We have Frimpong.
There's always that one edgy guy in the group. Tom's
One good opinion,
guy,
Tom.
bro.
All I want from you is just one good opinion. Is it too much to ask? Just one.
If I think Curtis Jones has to start one of the next 2 games. I think Soberside.
It's not about Curtis Jones, Tom. It's really not.
I asked you who drops out of the midfield for Curtis Jones. Don't do.
I'm a McAllister guy. I think we need to drop McAllister, play Soboslai, Gravenberch, double pivot.
Yeah, I think.
And for once, Army, don't sub off Verts in the 60th minute.
For one of the games, I think you need to do Jones and Gravenberch with Soboslai at right back, and the other one you do Soboslai, Gravenberch, and Frimpong at right back.
Galatasaray, we can play Curtis Jones, no problem, because I think Curtis Jones is good enough to beat Galatasaray, but he ain't good enough to beat Chelsea. Now, as shit as Chelsea's defense is, their midfield is
Curtis Jones got man of the match
He
against
was
Chelsea
man of-
last
he
year
was
when we
man of the
won.
match.
Isn't good
At
enough to beat
At
Chelsea.
Anfield, it was.
Yeah, that's
Their
Anfield. I
midfield
remember
is
that
better
because he
than
got a
ours.
goal as well. I remember that.
But sorry, why are we still doing this? We have 2 fully fit right backs. Why
we're
are
still
we
picking the
shoehorning Szoboszlai in
The box
Because he's been the best option there.
He's been the best because the other 2 have barely been match fit and they've been playing rubbish. But how are they going to get better, Tom, if they don't play? How are we going to build up any consistency? Unless you're saying Sobo right back for the whole season, which makes no sense.
That's also not what I'm saying. I'm just saying when we go away to Galatasaray, I think you need to kill that atmosphere. I think you need to set up.
I understand that though. I hear it.
You will never kill the atmosphere away in Turkey, Tom. You'll just never.
I was gonna say,
you will literally never.
I know what Tom
The
means,
name
though.
of the name of that stadium. You want to know what the
Control.
Turkish fans call it? Jahannam. Jahannam is what Islamically describes hell.
That's crazy.
Hell in Islam is called Jahannam. They call
Right.
their stadium hell. What we're not going to do
That's
is
mad.
expect to quiet down the Turkish crowd. We cannot quiet down the Turkish crowd. How about we just fucking play football? Well, that would be a great start.
So what
Great
you want to
idea.
do is,
Great idea. Let's actually just play the sport. How about that? Instead of all this kumbaya shit that we like speak about every single time.
I personally think you can't turn that game into a ping pong game because the atmosphere will get right up and then you're fucked. I think you need players on the pitch who can control the game in a horrible atmosphere, and Curtis Jones has shown we can do that before. Against Chelsea, where we're up against a weakened back line, a weakened midfield, that's where we should go for the kill. We should play a right back at right back. We should play Soboslai and Gravenberch in the pivot. We should kill that team. But away to Galatasaray in their big Champions League group game after they've just lost 5-1 and are looking for a reaction, I'm not turning the game into ping pong.
That's
So
what
why
I'm saying.
To be fair, they won their last game. I know it was in the league, obviously 1-0. And you never guess what formation they played, guys.
5-2-2-1 or something. They're playing back
3-4-2-1. Just like Palace. I swear to you, you couldn't make this up. You couldn't make it up, bro.
So why not just play Conor Bradley then if you want to be a bit more defensively stable?
because Soboslai been better than Conor Bradley.
Conor Bradley.
Conor
Sometimes
Bradley,
I hate my life, honestly.
Kaz, did you just ignore the part where I said I'm playing Soboslai there because he's been the best right back this season? Something you've also said.
I don't want to see Conor Bradley at right back, bro. Be honest.
Okay, if that by that metric, then
Champions
Tom,
League night, Frimpong, innit?
Gravenberch and Szoboszlai have been our two best centre midfielders as well.
Mm-hmm.
So shouldn't Szoboszlai play if he's been one of our two best centre midfielders?
The gap
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. If he's been one of our best two centre midfielders this season, and his best position is centre midfield, wouldn't it make more sense to play him there then?
The gap from Soboslai to our next best performing right back this season is bigger than the gap from Soboslai to Curtis Jones.
Yeah, about
the environment that we're going into.
Slightly different. But Szoboszlai is a centre midfielder.
Mm-hmm. Don't disagree.
So why not play
he has been our best right back this season.
Why not play one of our two right backs at right?
Because I don't trust them in an atmosphere like that to handle themselves.
Okay, so cool. Let's say, all right. So what would your starting 11 be then, Tom?
Alisson, Soboslai, Konate. In fact, no. Alisson, Soboslai, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson, Gravenberch, Jones, Salah, Wirtz, Chiesa, Ekitike.
Oh, you're starting Gomez.
Mm-hmm.
And Gomez has been great this season.
It's two peas in a pod, isn't it? Someone's going to get it. Someone's going to.
Okay, so by that metric, Gomez is how many games has Gomez started this season?
1.
And how good was he against Southampton?
Not great.
Okay, so we're going to start Gomez at centre back based on one bad game, but we won't start Bradley or Frimpong at right back.
Because my other option at centre back is someone who I also don't think has been good.
Konate has actually had a good game this season, so
he has had a good game.
So he's been
he's
better
also
than
not. Okay.
Can I give a suggestion?
I can't fucking win, can I? I can't.
Not when you're saying that's not. But doesn't
disagree?
Because I don't want McAllister to start at Stamford Bridge. I start McAllister against Galatasaray, and I don't start him at Stamford Bridge. And I rest Soboslai for this game because I want him to run like a dog away at Stamford Bridge. And no, it's true. We need that. We need that 100%. So I rest Soboslai. I rest Konate. I agree with Tom, unfortunately. I play Gomez. And I take Soboslai to rest. I start Bradley against Galatasaray because I start Frimpong against Chelsea because I think we need that badly. I start Robertson against Galatasaray, and whichever left back performs better, start him against Chelsea. It's simple as that. Midfield, like Curtis Jones is okay to play against Galatasaray, in my opinion. Front three for me, I would give Ekitike the start, and left wing I'd start Gakpo, right wing I'd start Salah. You just have to go with those three. That team beats Galatasaray, and then you have the rested players to play against Chelsea.
I think Isak should start because he needs minutes, and I feel like even though the atmosphere
Isak got
right,
too many. Isak got too many on Sasti. He wasn't supposed to play as long as he did on Sasti.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. That is kind of true. Maybe.
By the way, Gomez gets absolutely bullied by Osman.
Yeah, and Konate gets bullied by Mateta. So look at where we stand. I've got two right centre backs. Which one do I pick?
Exactly.
To be fair, Mateta does that to a lot of. All I'm going to say is Mateta does that to a lot of.
And Osimhen does that to a lot of centre backs.
I saw
a better track record.
I saw Gomez get bullied at Southampton, but now let's throw him in at Galatasaray against Osimhen. Yeah, that makes all the sense in the world. Mm-hmm. One bad performance, let's dash him into a Champions League game. Yeah.
Because I trust Joe Gomez. You want to reward shit performances? Go for it.
You're rewarding Gomez with a rubbish one.
Gomez. So I'm punishing Konate for having shit performances in the first team. Joe Gomez had a poor performance in a rotated team. If Joe Gomez comes in, plays with the first team, plays alongside Van Dijk, plays in with the starters and plays shit again, then there we go.
Leone was fine.
Yeah, and if Leone was fit, I'd pick him.
So why is there an excuse for Gomez because of a rotated team, but Leone was fine?
He just don't want to pick Konate. That's what it is.
It's not an excuse. It exemplifies, Leone. I'm more impressed about the fact that Leone performed well in a rotated team.
But you just mentioned Gomez was in a rotated team.
Oh my God.
All jokes aside, do you away at Galatasaray, where the stadium, whatever, do you trust Joe Gomez more than you trust Konate?
At the minute,
honestly,
at the minute.
I'm not gonna lie. This is what I'm saying. One game.
It's mad, isn't it? It's mad.
That's crazy to me because even though players.
No.
like,
It's not about trust. It's about trust for me. So I changed. Me different.
No, but you're different. You've actually
I'm just
verified.
trusting Konate. That's
I asked
all. I'm
Tom
giving you
a
a game.
different question. I said, Tom, do you trust Gomez more than Konate?
I trust Gomez. I have a lot of trust in Gomez. I'm a big Joe Gomez fan. I trust that if we have to turn to him, then he'll step up and perform for me. And I think that Konate needs to be shown that his position isn't just guaranteed, because I feel like that's what it is at the minute, because he's not getting.
But if we're going to do that with Konate,
he's not getting taken off.
If we're going to do that with Konate, then this is why I don't like, and this is why when I keep saying,
drop Salah.
Drop Salah, drop McAllister, drop Wirtz. I don't care who plays, because remember, we need to not play players that aren't playing well. So if we're gonna do that, are we gonna do that for the rest of the squad then, or are you gonna go? No,
I'm doing it for the players that I think it needs to happen.
All right, so Salah. So what about Salah? Is Salah playing then in your style?
Salah starting because I'm using Chiesa on the left, and we now have another right winger.
So you're starting Salah.
Yeah.
Why can't you play Chiesa?
Are you starting Wirtz? Are you starting Wirtz?
Yeah, because I don't think Wirtz has been as bad as you're making out. I think Wirtz has been unlucky with the fact he gets taken off every time he starts getting into a game. So I want him to have a game where he doesn't get fucking taken off.
And let me get this straight: you wanna drop either both of the right backs and play Szoboszlai at right back for you? That's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Okay, Tom, can I ask you a genuine question? Forget form. Don't you believe Szoboszlai, before we go away to Chelsea, deserves a genuine rest? Honestly, genuinely.
He probably does, but I also want to win this game.
Like, if there's one guy that deserves like some time off at least, like it's him, because he ran so much away at Palace, covering everyone's ass basically.
Yeah,
so I'm just trying to give him like a little bit of
deserves a rest. He deserves a rest, but it's a case of I don't think I can afford to rest him.
Carl, let me know if you agree with this. I'm putting this in the chat right now. Tell me I'm lying, Carl. Tell me I'm lying.
I don't think you're lying. But
tell me I'm lying. But it's not allowed though. Because of the contract situation.
No,
you know there was there?
No, not even that. There's just certain people in this team we're not allowed to criticize.
No.
Who are you not allowed to criticize?
I never said you guys, by the way. We're not allowed to criticize Salah.
Who wrote this?
You're not allowed to criticize McAllister.
I did, because it's facts.
You are allowed to criticize Salah and McAllister.
It's big facts.
Tired of I hate you all. Like, that's the thing. I hate every single one of you. You get me? I hate this fan base. We are top of the fucking league, okay? So we're top of the league for a reason. Yeah. Now we have performed like ass. Okay? Let me tell you, players, watch this, yeah? Watch this. Let me tell you the only players that have played well this season for Liverpool, okay? Watch how short the list is. Alisson, Van Dijk, Szoboszlai, Ekitike. End of list.
Gravenberch.
I was going to say, where's Grav? Yeah.
Relax. 5 players.
Yeah.
How many players?
Chiesa.
For his level, yes.
And Robertson.
That's true.
My God.
Yes, it is.
No. Robertson has
facts. It's facts.
You can't do that, bro.
No, turn off his camera then. Turn off your camera all you want. Name me a bad game Robbo's had this season.
Yeah, he's right.
Can't. Give me his flowers.
I disagree. I disagree with what he's put in the chat. I think he's been better than McAllister, but McAllister's been dog shit. I don't think he's had more better games.
I ain't heard McAllister really get. All I hear is McAllister's not fit or.
Sorry, Tom. Say that again.
McAllister's big.
I think Salah and Konate have had about the same amount of good games.
No, see, they haven't. No, I don't think so. You know, bro.
Dave, bro.
Konate's good games where.
Maybe he didn't play well in the first 2 games. So yeah, Arsenal was the first.
Crystal Palace in the Community Shield he played well against.
I'm not counting Community Shield for anything. I'm just going off league.
So first 2 games he was crap.
Okay.
For me, his good games are Arsenal and Everton.
You weren't good against Burnley.
Well, he wasn't bad against Burnley.
Guys, when I say good, I don't mean like relatively good to their level. I'm talking about like actually performing good this season.
I'm talking about where I leave the game going. Yeah, he was great.
Regardless, I think 5 players played well. Okay, that's it. Like
I think both Salah and Konate have had 2 2 games of their standards.
But
this
my
season.
whole point is, though, Hassam, you're right.
Right,
There's actually there's a small amount of players that are playing well. But my whole point is that I think some players get more heavily criticized than others. So you're right, Hassam. But it's just like we got to, as a fan.
But when you say heavily criticized, though, deep this, we conceded twice against Bournemouth. We conceded twice against Newcastle, where Konate got ragdolled that game. Kept 2 clean sheets, well done. We conceded twice against Atletico, and we conceded twice against Crystal Palace. So it's very normal to criticize yourself.
But it's not always.
So hold on. By that metric, then, why are we all sitting there saying Virgil had a good season and Alisson had a good season?
I'll tell you why. Great question. I'm so glad you asked that question. Because if it wasn't for Virgil van Dijk and Alisson, we have conceded double the goals that we conceded.
But you've just proven my point. So
I haven't.
You have. Because rather than just saying, we've conceded those goals, so that's
Virgil's
why
made mistakes. Don't get twisted,
Name the mistake Virgil made.
I'm gonna go through this season.
I dare you name one mistake. You cannot say name the. Oh my God, Virgil made mistakes. Blanket statement. Give me where is the mistake?
Bro, I can't remember.
Virgil's been so good.
Where he gave away the ball.
Judge came out and said, as an Inter fan, Virgil is the best centre back in Premier League history, and said the only 2 centre backs he's seen better him in the football history.
You can still. My whole point is, you can still be the greatest and still make a mistake, bro.
Virgil made a mistake. Virgil made a mistake in the Bournemouth game for their first goal. He should have accelerated and cut out the through and cut out across, and he didn't. But Virgil, I'm not taking anything away, but that was a mistake. He made a mistake in that game. What I will say,
was there one at Atletico as well? By the way, I'm trying to remember the Atletico one. Was that?
No, I wouldn't say that.
No, that's more Konate.
Was that more? I'm trying to remember the goals
the goal was offside, but it's more of a Konate fuck up than a Van Dijk one.
Because what I was going to say is this year.
And technically, that Bournemouth goal is also on Ibu, but
everything's on Ibu apparently. All right, so check this year. We lost to Bournemouth. Ibu was poor. No, sorry, one against Bournemouth. Ibu was poor. Newcastle, Ibu was poor as well. Even though we're blaming Ibu for the goals, the first goal was actually on Kirkes because we decided to touch his toes and start winding in front of the mirror.
It's not just down to the goal; it's down to your performance as a whole.
Arsenal, he was immense. Burnley, he was immense. Atletico, very good.
I do not see this immense performance against Burnley. I said it on time as well, so it's not like I'm being hypocritical.
Everton, he was immense. Everton, he was immense as well.
Wasn't immense against
According to you, he wasn't. According to you,
I gave that as a Konate good game. He wasn't immense. Immense is like the type of Van Dijk performances that we were getting in before his knee injury. That's an immense centre back performance. Can I give me one of them?
Out of the 7 games, he played,
it was immense against Arsenal. What are we doing here?
Out of the 7 games we played this season, Konate's had 2 games.
No, just quickly.
I've just said 4. I've just literally named the 4.
You've mentioned Atletico. I don't think he was great against Atletico. You mentioned Burnley. I don't think he was great against Burnley.
Okay.
Was Virgil great against? Hold on, wait. Was Virgil great against Burnley?
Virgil was better against Burnley.
Who was better out of Virgil and Konate for Everton?
Virgil.
Oh, okay. You're a stats man, innit?
What, were you going to try and pull defensive stats, are we?
No. You're a stats man. Are you a stats man? Yes or no?
I can't believe what Tom's saying.
Are you a stats man, Tom? Yes or no?
Yeah, I like a good stat.
Because Ibu won the most duels out of any centre back on the pitch that day, and I think he had the most aerial clearances as well, and made no mistakes in that game either.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't get spoken about though.
No. Why would we? Agendas have to run.
We just have to wait for a mistake to say.
So let me get this straight.
We'll call him a bozo though, innit?
Yeah, cool.
Do you know this one works? Ibozo Konate. That one's got a good ring to it.
Here we go. We're now going this way with it.
100.
You want Virgil van Dijk to win aerial duels that he's not getting contested because players.
No, I just said you're a stats guy. You said Ibu was just okay.
You know what? I might concede the Everton game. I don't think he was great because on my big thing with Konate and the reason why I've said in all these games.
What about Arsenal?
I gave him Arsenal. I've said every single step of the way he was good against Arsenal. I've not once said
I asked you, Arsenal. Was he immense?
He wasn't immense.
So he wasn't immense against Arsenal?
No, because the bar for me for immense is one of the best performances of the season. He wasn't immense.
Well, Tom, there's only been 6 games, my brother. 6 games. So yes, it will count as one of the games of the season as well, though. What I'm trying to say is,
we all came away from that game and said Virgil and
I don't know why,
Canate were
listen.
immense that day.
He wasn't
Thank you.
immense. He was
You-
good.
so he
he was
weren't
really
shutting
good. He wasn't
down-
immense.
He went
Now,
shutting down
it-
Gyökeres.
what we're doing is semantics about the definition of immense. If you have a different definition for immense, then that's fine. For me, he wasn't immense.
Tom, did you notice Gyökeres in that game whatsoever? And I would like to point out because you.
I didn't notice Gyökeres in any fucking game
No,
this
no, no,
year.
Tom,
Leeds.
let's not do that because I'll tell you something from now. We know Gyökeres likes to pull out to that left-hand side, which is our right-hand side. Ibu man marked him out of the game. Full stop. There you go. Striker was nullified. Absolutely nullified. Tell me I'm lying. Am I lying when I say that?
He done
Would you
well.
say that
I've
I'm lying?
not taken away. At no point you're arguing something that I've not said. I've never once said Canate didn't play well.
No. I
against
just
Arsenal.
asked. No, I didn't say that.
I'll
Tom.
tell you what
You
it is.
didn't listen
Sorry, I've
to
got to go
clearly
in
what
a
I
sec.
said because you're just
I've
shy.
got to
You're
go
not
in a
actually
sec.
listening.
Shall I tell you what it is, Tom?
No, because you're trying to get me to say a word immense, which I don't agree with by the
No,
definition
no,
of
that's
my
fine.
definition of
I'll
immense.
ask you a question. It's all right.
Sorry, just before I go, can I
on.
just say one thing? Just before I
Go on,
go.
go.
So I tell you what it is, Tom, and it's not just you. There's other people in the fan base that do it as well. I like consistency. If you're gonna slate a player when they're bad, I'm fine with that. But you see, if that player is very good, keep the same energy. That's all I ask for, and that's not what happens with Canate. I will sit here and tell you Canate was crap against Palace. I gave him a 0 in the match ratings, a 0. That's the lowest rating we can do. We put him in the basement. But let's not do the whole when he's crap, we'll be loud about it. And when he's good, we'll just go, he was good. He was just good. And that's my frustration with it. Because if his contract wasn't up for renewal or his contract wasn't running out, I don't think you'd get this sort of flack. We're taking our frustration out with the whole Trent thing on Canate because similar thing is happening with his
I'm
contract.
taking
running
out my frustration on the fact that 5 fucking goals this season have been down to him being a fucking idiot.
All right, name the 5 that are all his fault then.
Both Bournemouth ones, I put blame on him.
Oh, we just said Virgil was at fault for the first. You're smiling because you know I'm right. Virgil was at fault for the first.
No, because you're of the mindset. You're of the mindset, Cal. You're of the mindset. No. Callum Sanderson operates on the mindset that only one person can be at fault for a goal. That's not the case. Multiple people can be at fault for a goal.
Who was most at fault? Who was most at fault for that goal?
The pair of them were both equally at fault. Canate's got to do better on the cross, and Van Dijk's got to be better at closing the man down. Second goal, Canate. We all agree on that front.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing. He's stripping in front of him. The Newcastle goal, second Newcastle goal, not the first one, the second Newcastle goal.
2. There's 2.
First Atletico goal.
Do me a favor, bro.
First Atletico goal. I think he's on him.
You're chatting nonsense right now, bro. Do me a favor.
I don't think I am. I think the first Atletico goal, he's got to be doing better. I think the first Atletico goal, he's got to be doing better.
Well, you mean the one where someone's standing in front of the player in the midfield? I think the midfield loses the ball and then Llorente has a snapshot. That's Canate's fault, yeah?
I think Canate's got to be doing better on Llorente. He's got to be.
Cool.
He's got to be tight to him.
I
understand the goal was offside. So again, I have sympathy on that front, but he's got to be doing better defensively there.
What about Virgil? Was Virgil at fault for that goal as well then?
No, the other guy was at fault was Robertson, because Robertson jumped out too early. And Van
Why did
Dijk
you say Robbo was at fault as well then?
Because Robertson's not a centre back, and I'm going through the centre backs here. Fine, I'll go through every goal because right, just unfair. Bournemouth, Van Dijk and Canate for the first one. Second goal, Canate. Newcastle first goal, Kerkez. Newcastle second goal, Canate and Gravenberch.
You know how ingenuous.
Atletico first goal.
So do you know how disingenuous
and
you are?
Robertson.
I tell you why you're so disingenuous. Because you're blaming the second goal for Bournemouth all on Canate. Where did Semenyo run from with the ball?
Well, they're hard. Right,
So
yeah. No, I'll give it then. Who's the one who had the shot or who had so Soboslai? So the second goal's on Soboslai and Canate.
But you never mentioned this. It's just Canate. You said your words. Canate stripped through.
Because he does. He fucking falls on his arse in front of him.
Cool.
But fine. Again, I've got to be just and right and fair, and I've got to be all right in the world of Callum Sanderson. So first goal, Canate and Van Dijk.
Fair.
Second goal, Soboslai and Canate. Newcastle first goal, Milos Kerkez. Newcastle second goal, Canate and Gravenberch. Arsenal no goals conceded, Burnley no goals conceded. Atletico first goal, Robertson Canate. Let's go second goal, McAllister. Everton goal, Bradley and Kerkez. Southampton goal, Endo. Palace first goal, Gravenberch. Palace second goal, Frimpong, Gakpo, and Jones.
So where's the 5 goals he's been responsible for?
Sorry, 4
right,
goals.
cool.
I got it wrong, guys. It's 4 goals, it's not 5.
Enough love.
It's 4 goals, not 5. I got it wrong
3.
by 1.
It was 3 at best, but you just proved my point.
I got it wrong by 1, guys.
You got it wrong.
I was hyperbolic. I said 5 when it was 4. My apologies.
It wasn't hyperbolic. It was just what fans do because Konate is the ultimate bozo, is the only defender in Liverpool who makes mistakes. It seems
that's not the case, but that's the way you want to run it.
No, that's the way it's being made to sound. Boys,
that's
I'm head out.
Even though I'll pull out every other one.
Friday. Tom, you better hope he doesn't have a good game in the week.
I hope he has a good game in the week.
If Gomez doesn't, we're gonna.
I hope whoever plays midweek has a good game.
Oh, so do I. But you need that.
I don't need it. You think I give a shit what anyone thinks about me? I don't care.
Cool. We'll see. Boys, pleasure.
Big up.
At the end of the day, I think Ibu Konate's had 2 good games this season. I think Mohamed Salah's had 2 good games this season.
Fairs.
That's it. And I'm not dying on this hill of Konate.
Cool.
And the other problem when we're talking about Van Dijk and Konate is that Van Dijk is a lot more impactful when we have the fucking ball. Konate, at times, is a net negative when we have the ball because his passing range is so limited and opposition, at times, will not press him. That goes against him whether you like it or not. The fact Van Dijk can play through the lines and build up for us is a positive. The fact Konate is seen as a weakness by opposition teams when we have the ball because they know he's not going to play the pass through the lines or his passes over the top aren't as consistent. That's a negative that's got to go against him.
Is he a net negative when he puts out so many fires for his channel defending?
No, but you're acting like I don't give him praise for that.
But once again, Tom, rather than bringing a balance there, you went straight to one of his negative aspects in your opinion. I'm
explaining why I think he's only had 2 good games this season.
Tom, he hasn't had 2 good games. We've established this. And
no, you've established it. You've not changed my mind.
Yeah, but I'm never going to change your mind because you've got an agenda against him. So how am I going to change your mind? I don't have an agenda. You do, Tom.
If I had an agenda against Konate, I wouldn't have put him in the positions I put him in last season. I wouldn't have had him as one of the starting centre backs for years on end.
No, but you had to put him there because you'd have been lying to yourself and to everyone else if you didn't. So you can.
If I had an agenda against Konate, Cal, if I had an agenda against Konate last year, I would have been still doing Quanta Pro.
I forgot you.
You literally were in the summer.
But you
yeah.
were before.
If I had an agenda against Konate, that wouldn't have stopped the moment Konate came in and performed well.
Yeah, but
but Quanta could do the same.
For you not to say that, you couldn't.
We'll catch up. Big up.
Yeah, let's just leave it now. It's all right. It's fine, isn't it? Let's just leave the Konate thing because this is long now, isn't it? But
just give me both of you guys predictions for next 2 games. Let's start Galatasaray, all 3 of us. First Galatasaray, and then we get to Chelsea.
Okay, that's gonna be you know what though? We will concede, unfortunately. However, I think we'll nick it 2-1.
Easiest bet of the day. We will concede.
We always concede, bruv. I swear down.
Breaking news.
What's starting lineup?
The goal, guys.
Yeah, I think 2-1. But do you know what? I don't even want to say this. I'm actually slightly worried we might even lose. Do you know that? And I never really feel like we're going to lose any games, but something about Galatasaray, I don't know. But I think if I go with I'll say 2-1 Liverpool. 2-1 Liverpool. I think we get the reaction that we deserve.
Another fucking 2-1, bro.
I know, bro. But I just
4-1 against Galatasaray, 3-0 against Chelsea.
Wow, thanks for even spoiling my show, mate. You can't even just answer the fucking Galatasaray question first.
Man say couldn't. Yeah, but he said, let's start with the Galatasaray one. Yeah. You're not even listening.
My head's still hot. My head's still hot.
Your head is that you got. Honestly, I can tell, bro. Chill out. Relax. We are Liverpool. We are one. This is what I'm saying. Too much in-house fighting. Even though I'm a part of that as well. But yeah, 2-1 Liverpool.
Who lost his head the most after Palace? Be honest, Matt.
Rift.
His head was gone completely.
Fully gone. Started saying, I won't even repeat what he said. Because
Which-
I feel
which-
like
which-
give me an
which
example.
players
Give me
got it
an
most?
no, we're not.
Give me
doing
an
that.
example, Matt. Give me an
Nah,
example.
You know, no. It's just nah. I get an example will just be like we're not gonna do nothing. Like I told you, we ain't doing nothing. That kind of talk, and then it just started spiraling.
Wait,
Just
so
got a
not
bit
winning the
mad.
league.
You just got a
I
bit
love
mad.
when Drifty goes angry. Drifty angry is my favorite member of Kopish to see mad. Like it's the
Man,
best.
just like
The
the
best
thing is,
for content.
you can tell that obviously in the moment, yeah, that's how he felt. But obviously since then, different now. But at that time, I was like, bro,
I've just boosted up the live reaction for Palace Liverpool. Drifty straight away there like this. He was fuming.
this shit went until after the game, bro.
Let me just grab these supers and I'm gonna end the stream, Habibis. You get me? Big up to my one and not yours. Habibi, I just want to explain something to you quickly. All the super chats on StreamYard is saved. You don't have to spam in the chat. Read my super chat. Wallahi, it's saved. I can load any super chat right now I want. I support Arsenal, despise Liverpool, and maybe Don Husam even more. But respect for a clear passion for Liverpool. Look forward to Don crying more, though. You're a fraud. Who do Arsenal play in the Champions League? Arsenal have earned an enemy. Fucking Olympiacos at home. I'm not even going to watch that. I'm going to watch PSG Barcelona. Fuck it.
100%. So am I.
Yeah.
Doing a watch along for that game. Who cares about Arsenal and their shitty little Champions League campaign?
We lack dribblers, wingers. Both our wingers are cut-ins. I don't think Salah is a good dribbler nowadays, but with Frimpong there with him, at least he can cut in and cross, bro.
What he's basically saying is we at least had one in Diaz.
No, that's not wrong. Case has not gone to Galatasaray.
Why?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Case is not in the travelling squad to Galatasaray.
Nah, Tom, stop messing about.
The travelling squad to Galatasaray: Alisson, Gomez, Endo, Van Dijk, Kanate, Kerkers, Wirtz, Soboslai, Isak, McAllister, Salah, Bradley, Jones, Gakpo, Ekatike, Mamadashvili, Robertson, Woodman, Frimpong, Gravenberch, and Gamoa.
You know I'm going to be shameless. You know what I'm going to say now, innit? You know what I'm going to say, innit? Remember when I said you don't trust him? What did I tell you, bruv? Unless you're lying and you've caught me in a trap.
No, he's not in the squad list that Liverpool have released.
Has Chiesa like slept with Slot's wife or something?
Is there no? Maybe there's a problem with the registration, though. All jokes aside, because that doesn't. Remember, Slot spoke about him being registered.
Well,
or they'll...
we will find out today at the press conference. We'll find out at his press conference today.
Big up to Nathaniel. Says, anyone ready for a Salah convo lately? You know, I love super chats. Like, what's the convo you want us to have? Explain it to me. Like, what is it?
I know what they're trying to imply. They're basically trying to imply that he's not playing well, which we know. But
which we already acknowledged.
Yeah, the tactics isn't helping him either. But yes, he's not playing nowhere near to his level. But I think if you improve the tactics, you also help Salah get back to his best as well. And when we say tactics, as fans, we're literally saying, manager, just do the right thing. Play Frimpong, try and get him back on form. He'll overlap, give Salah a bit more freedom to go inside, cut inside. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Bro.
Jones is average. Gomez struggled, but he was in a new back line, plus new goalkeeper, plus new midfield. Konate has been our most shaky defender, yes or no? We haven't had a single good game when Ibu looked shaky. To be fair, I think it's objective to say that he's been our most shaky defender.
Yeah, it's either him or Kirkes.
True.
Yeah, so that's me being honest. Out of them two, though. It's out of them two.
Bamba clat right there.
It's out of them two, bro.
It's
peak.
I thought Kirkes would be that one transfer that eases in the quickest. So Ibu can't be benched for Gomez after Ronaldo's play being abused by Matata, but we have to bench Salah after the same match. Thank you, Akia. Thank you. I personally, unfortunately, agree with Tom. Bench Konate against Galatasaray. You get me?
No, Husam, you've got a Kanate agenda now, mate. You've got a Kanate agenda.
No. Give him the kick up the ass that he deserves. So against Chelsea, he's an animal. He's an animal because I need him to be an animal against Joao Pedro.
Would you drop? Oh no, you've already said you wouldn't. You wouldn't drop McAllister, though, would you? Because you're saying play him into.
I drop McAllister for Chelsea, so I start him Galatasaray.
See, I wouldn't start him in neither of the games, but I'll bring him on though.
Nah, I would start him Galatasaray because Szoboszlai deserve rest.
Yes, he does. Just that McAllister.
I think Szoboszlai ran like 15 kilometers against Palace, bro.
Yeah, which is insane. I know. It's like 2 people.
That's not a real number.
I can't
just
believe
exaggerating.
I know what you mean. No, I know what you mean. It's like 2 people running though.
We don't hate Konate. Don't have agenda against him. He's been frustrating, especially considering how good he can be. He isn't solely to blame, but he's been bad. Yeah, that's. By the way, this is something we all agree with. Yeah, very fair.
I agree with that. I think that's fair. That's fair to say, personally.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, maybe if you do go Gomez against Galatasaray, you're showing Konate, yo, if you don't fix up, I'm gonna bench you, which is something I like, and I think that's something we need to implement more. You get me? Because Konate's performance against Mateta was just like, bro, Mateta abused him, bro.
But I say that, and I've got a Konate agenda, and I hate him. Is it some scouse or something?
No, Tom. I think it's more to do with the fact of you solely.
You're claiming racism.
I never. I just claim scousism.
I think you solely.
Does he not like me because I'm scouse?
What it is though, Tom, I think you've sometimes struggled to kind of like even give him praise. Even though you're not wrong in saying he played badly, I think there has been games where I feel like you're being a little bit disingenuous. Where it's like I think he was better than maybe you just saying, he's all right.
I don't think there's been a single.
That's
game
all it
Konate's
is.
Played. I don't think there's been a game this season that Konate's played where I've thought he was at the level of last season.
That's fair to say. One thing I will say though,
and that's the level that I judge him against.
All right.
That's
but you see the game against Palace. Let's say Konate has a blinder. Do you still think we win that game? Because what I wanted to ask people is how important is Konate to the point where if he's at his best, we're on another level, right?
Because if Konate has a blinder, he doesn't get taken off. And this is a thing Arnie's talk up wrong. Moving Gravenberch to centre back fucked us because we lost
100%,
one of the midfield options.
Why not bring?
Reason.
And to your argument,
but
why not bring on Gomez?
He was forced because he Gomez is not much better attacking wise anyway. But the problem was he was forced to take Konate off because he was on a booking, and Mateta was starting to get the better of him again. So it was a case of I can't go down to 10 men here because we're still chasing the game at this point.
What he should have done. Let's just quickly. What he should have done, in my opinion, is Konate's having a stinker. Take him off. Bring on a centre back. Don't bring off the best DM in the league, and now you want him to play centre back. Do you get what I'm saying? Like he does that too much, in my opinion. Like again, he learned his lesson with Endo, realized he can't do that anymore. So he'll just play Endo, CDM, and that's it. Unless it's a cup game.
No, we can play it. Endo's the one he can play centre back. The problem is you can't do Gravenberch because then you're weak in 2 positions.
No, but it's not even that. It's just that even though you can get away with it, maybe every now and again, it can still hurt you. Like, for example, we saw it in the game against Palace, and Endo, even though he wasn't playing centre back, you can see they have these moments in it because they're not natural centre backs. And it's kind of mad how they both have one mistake after the other. Gravenberch then flipping Endo.
I just think if Konate performs better on the day, if Konate plays the level that
you think we get more in the game,
against Arsenal, for example, then we're not losing any of the duels. So a lot of the chances that they create get snuffed out because he gets to the ball before Mateta or Sarr does, and we sweep up, and that means we can pin them back more. We can work the angles more. We can create more chances. We can score more goals. Because he wasn't good, they got confidence, and they always had an outlet to get up to. And Mateta was able to hold up the ball enough. And because Konate got booked early as well, because Mateta span him, that meant Konate then couldn't get touch sight, which meant Mateta got to be even more front-footed and aggressive because he knew Konate couldn't foul him on risk getting a second yellow. So Konate's poor game impacted us in more ways than one.
I understand.
I got the agenda, guys.
Last thing I'm going to say about, because I know people are saying we're going in circles. Last thing I'll say, I do feel like that we're too easily got at. And I think I said it earlier on in the show. There's too much times when our centre backs are just exposed too quickly. And whether that's because they're bypassing our non-existent press by just hitting it long. Like we can't, I think Slot has this pride issue as well. Don't want to concede too much pitch. It's like, bro, if they're going to hit it long, just concede a bit of pitch, like a little bit. And then maybe you wouldn't have so much of an issue because this bypassing our midfield. And it's like our defenders are getting worked way too much. I don't see that against Arsenal. I don't see that. And again, I know different profiles and systems, but I just feel like that's something that we have to look at as a team, even much as
your press has to improve, though. Your press has to improve.
But our press is non-existent, bro.
As much as I think Verts and Isak and Salah are fucking fantastic footballers, they're nowhere near as good out of possession as the guys that we lost.
Agreed.
Like last year, you would do Szoboszlai, Diaz, and Diogo or Nunes. All three of them, all four of them were incredible out of possession.
Yeah.
All four of them were incredible out of possession. They were pressing monsters. Isak didn't really press at Newcastle. Could become good at pressing. Who knows?
And imagine we've got a 40% fit Isak who is not really a pressing person, but he's at 40%. So that means he just can't press, bro.
Ekitike doesn't know how to press properly, as you've seen in games.
Yeah, he's not really.
Verts doesn't know how to press properly. Gakpo gets too occupied with defensively tracking back rather than pressing, and we know Sal doesn't press. So our press has gotten a lot worse going forwards, which means that teams can have more time on the ball to play these long balls over the top, and we're not catching them out the same way that we were.
Is it true if I type Tom on OK Jersey, I get no discount and I have to pay an agenda tax in addition to full price? Anyway, big up OK Jersey. Make sure guys do check them out. Promo code Husam.
People are silly, you know. I swear down.
The thing is, you want to know? I actually spoke to the guy to make delivery available to South Africa, and he said that the South African customs have fucked up the website for them.
Swear.
The customs. Yeah. Because it's not available to deliver to South Africa because of the customs. Dubs in the chat again for my guy Tyler Jones, the fucking legend who has sent so many super chats this stream. I appreciate you and love you so much, Tyler, man. You're a fucking legend and a general. He said just end it. Bye, people. Gonna end it now. Literally just 2 super chats left. I'm gonna end the stream. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. Dubs in the chat, everyone, for Tyler Jones for showing us so much love today, man. What a fucking elite legend right there. You get me? So love you, bro. And thank you so much for all the support you've shown me, man. Big up to Mookie, who says, it's funny how fans of other clubs can't wait for that one defeat so they can laugh while their clubs lose every game. Zero shame. Enjoy rare moments. And then he comes back and says, I watch powerful attack. Borini, Lambert, Balotelli. It's nice to have a problem with Verts, Isak, fitness, etc. I'll take that every day of the week. And you know, want to know something? That's a perfect super chat to end the stream on, because I agree with this so much. Look, we have to acknowledge that, yes, we have played badly against Palace. We have to acknowledge that we've had bad performances this season. But look, Newcastle away, Arsenal at home, the derby, everything that we've been through, and we're still top of the league by 2 points. Hopefully we fix up next week, Mookie. But I'm going to tell everyone right now, look, I've been very positive all season, very positive all summer. But if we do not beat Achimpong and Tosin, don't expect positive Husam. I'm telling you right now. I'm going to cook the living fuck out of all these players if we don't beat that shit Chelsea side next week, and deservedly and rightfully so. End of. Anyway. All the links are in the description, ladies and gentlemen. Tom Little with the one on YouTube, Insta, Twitter, the way X. Matt Kopish is the Matt One Show and Kopish. So that's where you can find both his channels, both in the description. Same for Drifty TV, Sanderson Show, and James Redmond TV. Subscribe to this channel as well. And thank you so much for 60K once again. I'm going to be back tonight at 8 p.m. for the A-listers. You get me? Where everyone gets cooked except Dio and Jay. So, yeah. Love you all, and the stream gonna take you over to Footy Judge Mo. Go tell him Husam Raiden. Let me check if I did the redirect. I did the redirect. So this stream's gonna take you over to Footy Judge Mo. Tell him Husam Raiden's chat. Love you all, and I'm gonna see you guys later.